But my name is Katie, and welcome to the Greenland Quilter channel. And one of these days, I'm going to figure out how to do a different opening because you know what I find interesting? I find it interesting that every time I preview my videos, the first thing I hear is, "Hello, everyone, my name is Katie." So every video sounds like that. It's crazy. I'm sorry. I was trying to be funny. Anyhow, today is Friday. And it is the first week in April. It is April the 3rd. And I'm wondering how everybody's weather is up your way. Let me know in the channel. Has spring come yet? Or are you like me, still buried in snow? Well, we're sort of buried in snow. Put it that way. The bitter rock finally left sometime early this morning. We still have a little bit of a it's a little bit windy, but not like it's been for the last 3 days. I mean, tell you what, I've never been so tired of wind in my whole life. I'm like, let's get on with spring and get to thawing out, start seeing green things popping everywhere and flowers popping everywhere. So, I have Chaunda here, and I'm going to do my usual spill. Do you want to be spotlighted, or you want to do it just like that? Can't hear you. Oh, there you go.
Like this is fine.
Okay, go ahead. Do your spill,
I was
and
over
then
here
we'll talk
tinkering.
about what we're going to do.
So my name is Chaunda. Forgive my cameras right now. I'm still doing some tweaking to find the best setup there. But my name is Chaunda. My channel is Under the Needle Quilting and Crafts. Lately, mostly I've just been sewing with Katie. I've not really been doing very much on my channel. But today we are doing Sewcialites, and I'm excited because I'm actually keeping up on all the blocks. Katie is keeping me honest, keeping me on track. So today we will be doing blocks 5 and 6, and I'm excited.
I'm excited too because, like you said, doing it with someone has definitely kept us motivated and honest and not getting behind. I mean, no, I haven't sewn block number 5 yet because I have been debating on. Well, I don't really like doing hearts the way. I just don't like that style of heart, put it that way. So I think what I'm going to do over the weekend, I think, is I'm going to experiment and try to do a reverse applique heart for the center of that block. What do you think about that, Chaunda?
I think that'll be great.
Yeah, me too. Now, the block that Chaunda's doing is block number 5, which she'll be doing the heart, unless she changed her mind about the heart too.
No, I am going to do the heart, and this is what it looks like. Oh, let's get it in frame. The pattern is free.
There we go. They can see it now. Yep.
Oh, so free pattern on the Fat Quarter Shop website. So yeah, I'm going to be doing the heart today.
And I'm going to be doing the block called window seat block. And this is what mine's going to look like. And like Chaunda said, this is a free Fat Quarter Shop sew along. And they dropped block number 7 today. And as you know, me and Chaunda's we'll be running a couple of weeks behind. We did this intentionally so that we could sew together and not because Chaunda works for a living, and so she doesn't have as much time on her hands as I do until the summer comes anyway. And so yeah, so this is how we decided to do it. And yeah. So let me say hi to everyone in the chat. Jaja was the first one in the chat today. Hello, hello. Hello, Sylvia. Hello, Cindy Good. Hello, Raven. And Sylvia, I don't think I've watched Lori Holt's method of applique, but I don't know how to do actual applique to start with, but I do know how to do a reverse, and that's what I want to try doing is a reverse, because I think that will prove to be an interesting looking block by doing the reverse on it. Okay, so I asked about Sylvia the polar bear. I see, just saw that. Nora's having a difficulty right this minute, having one of those reverse sneezes. They finally have a name for what happens with Dachshunds when they make that noise. It's called reverse sneeze. So right now she's having one of those. So Nikolai's in there trying to comfort her. She'll be all right in a minute. I don't know if you can hear her or not. All right. So we're going to get started on sewing this, and you should be able to see what Chaunda's doing with hers as well as me. And I just need to cut a couple more things, and then I'm going to go ahead and start mine. I am going to, okay, one of the things I want to mention about Fat Quarter Shop, I'm going to try to put this pattern, hold on a minute, let me spotlight it first. I want to show you something about these patterns. Anytime there is either half square triangles or like the square to square here, they add additional information here. So if you want to do paper piecing, or yeah, paper piecing for the square to square, they give you information down here. Like for the 3-inch block, you would use a 1.5 inch ISC 785 square and a square. Or for the 6-inch, you would use the 3-inch ISC 779. Or for the 9-inch, you would use a 4.5 IS 788. So I am going to use one of these so you can see me do it. And it'll be the 3-inch ISC 779 because I'm doing a 6-inch block. And so that way you can see there's more than one way of doing this. You can do it the usual way, or if you want to get it done faster, you can do it through the paper part of it. So it's up to you how you do it, but they do provide all the information here. And then back here on the back, it talks about the assembly and everything. So that's like, it shows you how to do the square and the square, the manual way. With the paper has instructions on what size to cut the center square and what size half triangles you need to sew onto each side of it through the paper. So it's up to you which one you decide upon doing. So I wanted to point that out since there is a square and a square on this one. And I just so happen to have the 3-inch square to square paper because I'm using it for something else. I'm using it for my Alice's blocks because you only have to make 100 of those darn square to square blocks. So what have you been up to lately other than working your behind off? Oh, speaking of something, I'm trying to figure out which one is the noise is coming from, Chaunda.
No, I don't hear anything right now.
Yeah, I don't hear it either. Okay.
Oh, wait.
All right. So today's question number 14. Yeah, I think that's number 14. Yeah, number 14 of the questions. And we're in April now, so we've already done all of March's questions. So now we're into April, which is just so happens to be the first Thursday in April, actually. So question number 14 I have for you guys. How many years has Nikolai worked for Royal Greenland fishing? Or I could have put shrimping, whichever. Just keep in mind that we have mentioned it a few times about how long he's been working as of this past year. Is it A, 15 years? Is it B, 60 years? Is it C, 25 years? Or is it D, 32 years? Let's see who remembers what we told y'all for that. So in 2 hours, I will 2.5 hours. Someone remind me when we hit that 2-hour mark. If you're still here, let me know that the 2 hours has arrived because you know me, I get distracted and lose track of time as always. How's the weather over in North Carolina, Chaunda? So what is everybody working on today? And hi, Mona. It's good to see you. And that reminds me, I need to take care of something with Mona. I forgot about it. Got sidetracked. I have 2 or 3 emails I need to answer. I have been burning up the sewing machine, let me tell you. And we're probably going to be playing Bobbin Chicken again today.
Oh no.
Yeah, this twice this week I rent. I can't believe I've gone through 2 bobbins this week.
That's
In
a
one
lot of
week.
sewing. That's a lot of
Yeah.
sewing.
I'm like, oh, she's in there having another episode. Again, I think pig ears is a problem. Can you hear it?
Again.
Yeah. It's scary. The first time I seen her do it, I'm like, oh my God. But when I did the research, apparently it's pretty prevalent in Dotson's. And so the best thing you can do is just comfort her until it passes. And then she'll go through this little spell of shaking her head. But they call it a reverse sneeze. The dogs don't exactly sneeze like us humans do. You okay?
Hi, Nikolai.
Hi, Chaunda.
We had a blast last weekend with the Legos. And because I had my son, it was his first being part of a live. First time.
Oh,
And little man, of course, said hello to everyone.
how was that? How did that go?
It went pretty good. He didn't talk a lot, which, you know, and I knew that was going to happen because he's got to get acclimatized. And I think as time goes by, he'll start talking more. We're going to play around again tomorrow with the live. I'm going to sew though, not build. They can build, but I'm going to sew. And I have a lot on my plate right now. But it went really good. And so I'm bringing him back tomorrow. I sent little man. Now little man only got part of his built. He got his came with 2 bags, and so he finished off the first bag. And so now he's got to finish the other one. But I have a feeling that he's not going to want to do the second bag tomorrow. But I sent him a hot. You remember that little hot rod that we showed you that Nikolai built? Do you remember?
Yeah, I do.
I sent Blaze one. So I bet you anything he's going to want to build either that or the, because I sent both the hot rod and the taxi to him. So it wouldn't surprise me if he don't pick one of them to do instead.
Yeah, that sounds about right, Katie.
Yep, because he's he's really good at
Boys
building
in their
too.
cars.
Yep, the boys in their cars. And I also bought Thomas I forget what kind of truck it was, but it's interesting because it has the colors on the front part of the truck are really colorful colors. And I asked Thomas, I said, is this for a girl? You know, because it wasn't pink. That's not what I'm saying, but it looked different than what you see. It didn't look so masculine, put it that way. And I know I shouldn't even look at it that way. But anyway, he says, no, Mom, this is actually a type of truck. And I'm like, really? He says, yep. So I sent him that truck because I figured that would be fun. Because Thomas likes to collect animes and what do you call them? Fumbles? The bobble-headed things. I forget what you call them.
Don't get me the lion.
Yeah, he likes collecting those. That's what he loves the most. Hey Sean, welcome, Dubrovka, welcome. Who did I miss besides? Let me see. I see Sean's in here. Andrea's in here. Hello. Okay, I think I'm caught up. So right now what I'm working on is block number 6, like I said, window seat block. And I am doing a square and a square, and I'm cheating because I am using paper to make mine with.
That is not cheap.
Oh, it's just another way of doing square and square. Right, Chaunda?
Exactly.
Because there's so many ways to do these patterns, or these blocks, that is. Andrea says, my brother likes them too, except for dog one. I think they are creepy. He found me a Godzilla one, and it was a 1985 Godzilla. And I'm like, all right. So if and when I get to the States, I can bring it home with me.
There you go.
Because when it was a surprise, because he says, Mom, I have something to show you. And I was thinking he bought him something, and he showed me the Godzilla. I said, where did you find that? And he said, GameStop. And I said, do they have any more? And he says, Mom, this one's for you. And I said, well, how much do I owe you? He says, Mom, it's on me. That's the first time he's actually bought me anything.
It takes a while for our kids to get to a point where, they're established enough where they can get us gifts,
Yep. He's doing really good. I'm so proud of them. They're doing so well. And Blaze is, kids are so resilient, even when obstacles take them down for a while,
They are.
The fact that he's 2 grade levels above everybody else in math is pretty darn amazing. So I really hope the school really, promotes that, Because you never know, he might be the future mathematician of some company. Or, you know what I mean. Or a scientist or something, who knows? Mona says, my brother likes them too. Oh, I already read that one. Oops, sorry. Don't forget to vote on the question, y'all. And then you'll get the correct answer that you'll need to write down, and so that you can do the form. The last day we will get, let me keep updating you on that. The last day of these questions will be the last Thursday of April, which just happens to be the 30th. So that'll be the last day we're doing this set of questions. And then the first Thursday, after I'm giving everybody a week to get their forms filled out with the correct answers. And we started this the first Thursday in March. So all lives that are on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of March, and all lives for April on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday will have a question in it. So if you're like, well, how do I go find an answer to something? Based on what the number is, should tell you, like, so question number 1 would be the first Thursday. Question number 2 would be the first Friday. Question number 3 would be the first Saturday. And, just go from there, and you can backtrack on that. I do need to go back. One thing I am going to go back and do to help you guys, so that you don't get too terribly flustered if you haven't caught all the questions. I am going to go back through the videos probably Monday. And under the live itself, there's a place where you can make, a comment section for viewers. I'm going to pin the question in the comment section. I'm not going to post the answer, because if you don't know what the answer is, you get to go look for that. And you will be able to find the answers between the 2 to 2 hour and 45-minute increment. Somewhere around there, you'll find the answer. If you don't know what it is, or you can do like some people are doing and ask fellow viewers, do you have the answers? I don't care how you get them. It's just make sure you get the correct answer, because that's how you're going to be in the drawing. If someone misses a question, that takes you out of the drawing. You have to have the right answer. And every video has the correct answer for each question. And I know I'm being a stickler about that, but it's fun doing it this way.
It's torturing you.
Nikolai says I'm torturing y'all. I know the right answer, but the poll did not appear for me. Oh, email me the answer, Andrea. It's down at the bottom. I don't know what's the deal is, but now the poll and the announcement part of my lives are now at the bottom of the chat instead of at the top of the chat, which is very strange. I don't know when YouTube changed that, but it's been changed. I need a bigger roller. It's very odd because when I look at it, it's on the bottom of my chat screen now instead of its top. So I don't know if that's because of something to do with the vertical live or what the heck. It could be because of the vertical. I don't know. So Chaunda, I figured out how many blocks for the sew along. I started it yesterday.
What did it end up being? How many blocks is it?
Sylvia says, understand, I was just brain dead yesterday, better today. And Dubrovka says, hi, Nikolai, we like torture. Did you hear that, honey?
Uh-huh. Careful what you wish for.
Where do I find the form to add the answers? Okay. I need to update the form, but you can start answering the questions if you want, because I do have part of the questions up already. Here's how you find the form. I don't know why my bot's, I need to go check out the setting on my bot. It's supposed to be showing that. So there's the link. I need to add the rest of the, I have about a week's worth of questions I need to add to it. And I'll take care of that after the live tonight. Apparently you can add to the form and it'll just save it. So you should be able to go back and answer the new ones as it comes along, should you decide to do the form as you go along, as we go along. No one else will be able to see your answers, by the way. Only I will see them. Pop in later. Need to make dinner. Okay, Mona. All right, let's get this side done. Dubrovka says, Katie, I am craving pretzels again. Laugh out loud. Hey, it's an easy food for me to munch on through the live. And it's not too terribly bad for me. I mean, it's not good for me either, but you know.
I love pretzels. I'm a big fan.
Hmm?
I said I'm a big fan of pretzels.
Yep, me too. And you know, the favorite pretzels I like in the United States is, and even Nikolai agrees with this comment, we love Snyder's pretzels. They are so good.
They are good. They make some honey twist ones.
Yeah, we haven't tried that one.
When they don't taste the same. I remember when they first came out,
Uh-huh.
they were so good. Because they had like a butteriness to them. Now they're
Uh-huh.
just kind of dry.
Which means they've gotten, don't you think that some of the foods have changed taste wise
No, they 100% have.
after COVID? Don't, because I
No,
know.
no, they 1000% have. I just watched a video today about Hershey's
Uh-huh.
because the son, I guess one of the heirs to the Hershey's fortune or whatever, I guess he's not in charge of the business anymore, but he was talking about how Hershey said they got so much backlash because they had changed their recipe,
Uh-huh.
and they were saying that they were going to change it back to the old recipe because people were upset about it. But the guy was saying, the heir, he was saying that they had decided that summer of last year, but they still haven't made any changes. So he thinks that they're just saying that so people shut up, but they're actually not going to change it back to the old recipe
Yep.
because they do it to save money.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's
They're
like
losing-
you save money, but then you lose money because your product is disgusting now, and then
Yep.
people don't want to buy it. And it makes sense because the last time I got a Reese's peanut butter cup, like the peanut butter was all crumbly. It just was not good. It was not good.
Yep. Now, they'll lose business like that and end up bankrupting because they've done that. And I noticed when I was in the States this last time, there was a couple things I love to eat, and I'm like, they don't taste like they did
Nope.
before COVID. So I'm thinking because they had all these shipping problems and everything else, because the whole world was shut down, maybe they decided to go the cheap route and use mediocre ingredients,
I mean, it's always like, because it's like you could do a little tweak here, a little tweak there, and save millions of dollars. But,
Yep.
and then it's like on your corporate reports, you get credit because it's like, oh, you saved the company millions of dollars because you did this. But then you have an inferior product.
Yep, pretty much. And people notice how it
Absolutely.
tastes.
Absolutely.
Especially if you're like, there's a lot of people like me who can tell the smell is different, or the taste and the smell is different, or the taste is different, but the smell is this, or you can't smell it at all, and because I think a lot of my eating revolves around my being able to smell something,
Yeah.
So if it don't smell right, it usually means I'm not going to enjoy eating it. And it's a shame that all they care about is making money instead of making a good product, which they can make money off of. But they're getting greedier and greedier.
But it's not even just profits. Now it's short-term profits.
Yeah,
Since
exactly.
all they're looking for is how much money we made in the short term. They're not even looking at long-term profitability anymore. And it just ruins everything.
Yep. The other thing is you probably notice that you're paying high price for smaller amounts of something.
Yeah, well, shrinkflation, I've been noticed that.
I have a problem with that. I'm like, you're ripping us off. Because the shrinkflation is even over here.
Yeah, it's everywhere. It's definitely global. I mean, it's always been a thing. It just became like rampant during, after COVID.
Yeah.
But it's always been a thing where they would shave a couple of, I always noticed it in cereal where they would shave a couple of, couple ounces off the cereal box and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But now it's everything.
Yep. Hi, Joyce. Welcome, welcome. And then Joyce says, I love Snyder's jalapeno peppers, and they used to make a Parmesan one I haven't seen in years, though. I didn't know they made a Parmesan one either. Hmm. Oh, okay, so what is everybody working on today? Let me and Shonda know what you're working on. I need, so did you hear what I said about the pattern, Shonda? I mean, the so long, I mean.
Yeah, you said you finished it. How many blocks it ended up being?
It's going to be 35 blocks.
You're gonna do a 5 by 7?
So it'll be 5 blocks across plus the half block, which will be 36. I didn't count the half blocks because you only need 7 of those. You need 7 half blocks and 35 whole blocks. But I am trying to write it. I wrote it out on paper so that I could type it so I could share the instructions for the first half because I gave them instructions. They have a homework to make 4-patch blocks. And I'm trying to write this and it's like, okay, the way I'm writing it, well, it makes sense. I'm concerned it's not going to make sense.
Gotcha.
I only know what's in my head. You know what I mean? So I've got it mostly written out now. So I need to find someone who can look at it and say, well, you need to fix this part of it or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't mind reading through it.
Okay, I'll send it to you as a text file. Or do you want it as a PDF?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, because I want to make sure it makes sense before I go posting it. Because I told them I would try to get it, post it for them. I'll copy and paste it for the community tab, but I can make a PDF for them to download from the Facebook group itself.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. I can make my own PDFs. So.
Okay, all right.
That's one reason why I don't want to get rid of my printer.
Yeah, because I like printing things out and reading it. As you can see, like you and I are doing, where we print it out so we can have it right in front of us.
Yep.
Right. I think I have everything I need now to make this block. So let's get it all laid out. This is the center. All right. Trying to refilm the 2 blocks that my computer didn't save last week. Yeah, I knew you were going to be struggling with that one. Sylvia says she's folding laundry. Hi, Tasha. Welcome, welcome. Oh, I want to turn this block around too. Yeah, let's turn it like this. All right, so we got this part. Now we want to take, we're going to put a yellow on this side and a yellow on this side. Then I'm going to take this purple, because it's what we're working with today, on 2 sides anyway. So I'm going to put purple here. And right here. And keep in mind, guys, only the center's been sewn, so the rest of this is going to look out of place to start with. Okay. Then we're going to put this like that. And this one is going to be here. And then we're going to put the red right there. can
Have
see.
any lives coming up this weekend, Katie?
Yeah, I have one tomorrow. And then Sunday, Sean and I haven't posted the Sunday one yet because I'm changing, we're moving his up a week. So Easter Sunday, we will be doing a live at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be working on our legit kits together. Tomorrow night will be me and Thomas and Nikolai and probably Mona from Rip It and Sew. Do you want to sew with us tomorrow?
Yeah, that's what I was asking because I think Adrian's going to Georgia this
Yeah.
weekend. And so I'm just gonna be home by myself, so I have more time to sew.
Well, then I'll send you the information too.
That'll be a good time.
Because I'm not, they're going to work on Legos. I intend on sewing. I have a lot to do. It's so little time to get it done.
Yeah, I want to.
You'll be so proud of me, though. You know how many of those 4-patch blocks I got made in the live last night?
How many?
25 of them.
That's pretty good.
That is real good for me.
Great. Just ran
Let
away.
me see here. Hi Denise, it's good to see you. Missed you last night. Tasha says, I just got back from the zoo with the kids. Such a nice day here, finally. And Denise says she's crocheting. Cindy says, howdy to Andrea. What's new? And then Raymond says, I am replanting seedlings. And Cindy says, oh, wow, gardening, crocheting, a visit to the zoo. What fun. Yep. All right. So here's my, look how colorful that's going to look. And remember, you guys, this light turquoise here is my background because I'm not using white. All right. You should see some of my Alice's blocks. The latter one, the ones, several of them I decided to really get creative with. Oh, I need to change feet. Darn it. Denise said she was watching, but she just didn't comment. Okay. So you are one of our lurkers. All right. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm sewing these square blocks together. So I'm sewing these two, these two, these two, these two, so forth. And I'm going to go all the way around and try to remember how I had this done so I don't get myself all confused. That way I can chain sew. And then we might, if I finish this block, I'm going to see what we can do about making that reverse applique.
I've never done reverse applique ever.
Well, if I get this done quick enough, you'll watch me do it then.
I've
Or you
seen.
see how I do it.
I've watched a video on it. Like I've seen it. I've just never done it. I've done traditional applique a couple of times.
And someone asked me last night if I glue my reverse on, and I'm like, I don't really know what that means actually, because I've only ever just sewn it. Because you start out with sewable I always forget what this is called. What do you call fusible? Oh, it's sewable interfacing is what you start out with. And you sew that on the front of the block so that when you get ready to cut it, you know, based on the, because you draw the design, or, you know, like if you were doing a circle, you would draw a circle on the sewable interfacing. And then you put it on the block, you know, strategically make sure it's where you want it at. And then you sew around that sew line of that circle, which will attach the interfacing to the front of that fabric. Then you trim it a 1/4 inch all the way around, or you can do it a 1/2 inch. That way you have a better fold underneath. Then you cut the center and fold it all in. And then you take and trim that on the back side so it's all nice and neat. And then you take the piece that you're going to put behind it as the applique portion goes on the back, and then you sew around that outer perimeter. Or you can do a blanket stitch. I haven't learned how to do a blanket stitch yet. So I've just been doing a simple sew all the way around it and keep it nice and neat, like 1/8 of an inch from the edge. And that way it catches all of what you need to catch without making a big disaster.
Okay. Yeah, I've been the kind I've done where you fuse to the back of the applique itself.
Mm-hmm.
And then you draw on the fusible.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put that on the back of your fabric. And then you cut your fabric to where your fusible is, and then you just iron it on and then sew around.
Yeah. So I guess we're all going to have different ways of doing that probably.
Mm-hmm. And then there's the needle turn one, which I was like, yeah, I'm never doing that.
Yeah, I haven't learned how to do the on top applique yet.
I just looked at it and was like, yeah, no, I'm good on that one.
It'll be interesting when we get to that part of Alice's Wonderland. But I'm a little concerned that it's going to happen while I'm in Denmark. I had let Sherry know that I'm going to be gone from. We finally got dates of when we're actually going to be leaving. So we're going to leave out of from here on, because I got my tickets yesterday. We're going to fly out of here on the 21st, which is a Sunday, and we'll fly back home on July the 5th.
Nice.
Which means, and I think you and I already we made sure that week was cleared out, because we're going to do the 2 following weeks after that for our socialites.
Correct, because I think I've got a vacation in July.
Yeah, I think you said that. What was it, the second week in July or the first week in July? I think you said the second week, wasn't it?
It's the first full week in July.
Yeah, the first full week, yeah.
So we scheduled everything around our vacations.
Yep, we did. So yeah, so you and I both will be, yeah. I have secured Airbnb. Well, the first night we get to Copenhagen, we're going to spend the night in the Clarion because they're dog friendly, and because we're going to have a dog in tow. Nora's going with us, and because I couldn't find a house sitter. So she's going with us. So we'll stay at the Clarion the first night. Then the next morning when we get up, we're going to drive to Fano. And on the way to Fano, I'm hoping to, there's a couple quilt shows. Oh my gosh, quilt shops. There's one in particular. We have to cross 2 really big bridges. And when we get right before we cross that second big bridge, there's a small town right off the side of the highway there that you can go to, and there's supposed to be a quilting shop there. So if I make good drive time, hopefully I'll be able to catch them while they're open and stop there, take a break, and go in and visit them. And I hope that I can find out where some long arm services are in Denmark by going in these shops. Plus, I'm probably going to, if they don't mind me doing it, I'm hoping to get a little bit of video of the shop too.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, so I can share with you guys. Yeah, so got that planned, and we'll spend from, we're going to stay in Fano from the 22nd to the 26th. So we'll check out on, which is the 26th is Friday. And then Friday, we're going to make a drive to Billund. And we have Airbnb set up there also, because we're going to stay there so that we can go to Legoland. Nikolai's never been, and I definitely never been. So it'll be fun doing that. And then we're going to spend 3 nights there in Airbnb. And then we're going to make a drive to All House. we'll spend probably maybe we haven't decided if we're going to spend 1 night or 2 nights there. But we'll probably just use a hotel for that because we're going to go to IKEA. And I need to be able to leave Nora in the hotel so we can go do that. Because I don't know that dogs are allowed inside IKEA. I haven't checked yet, but probably not because I'm not leaving her in a car. Oh, hell no.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. So she'll stay at the hotel while we're going to IKEA, and hopefully we will be able to secure what we need for the craft room and get it all set for shipping and everything. And then we'll check back out, and then we're going to Sickleborg. And there's an interesting thing about Sickleborg. I joined a Facebook quilting group that is in Sickleborg, and I talked to one of the, I guess he's one of the moderators, or maybe he's part of the ownership of the channel. I don't know exactly, but he said that when I got to Sickleborg, he would like to, us get together and meet, and then he said he would be more than happy to show me their I guess they're a quilting group of some kind.
Okay.
And he's going to basically show me their club and their quilts and things. So I think that's so cool. I'm up for that.
You guys are gonna have like a really nice, that's a really nice full vacation.
Yep. Then we'll stay in Sickleborg. Not only have we got that plan, we're going to see his biological dad.
Okay.
And so so hopefully, if I know his dad, I bet we'll end up staying at his house probably. Nicholas just got to get in touch with him, and we'll do 2 or 3 days in Sickleborg, and then we'll go back to Copenhagen. I've already secured an Airbnb there also. And we are going to go troll hunting. So, yep, we're going to have a nice vacation. And we'll fly back home on July the 5th.
What is that, like almost 2 weeks?
Joyce says, Katie, you and Nico could just fly me over and I'll babysit Nora for you, but I would probably be the one of those guests that don't want to leave. That's a good one. Joyce says, I've done reverse applique on sweatshirts, and it's really cool because you trim it far enough to where the edge kind of curls up and frays a little bit. Yep. And Denise says, I already read that one. Okay. And hello to you, Gladys. It's good to see you in here. And Sylvia says, troll artist name again. His name is Thomas Dambo. Uh-oh. There you go. I put it in there so you can see what it looks like. His name looks like. These blocks are really simple, Chaunda.
I know.
Compared to what they usually are, these are very simple.
Yeah, that's what made me say yes when I actually looked at the blocks. I was like, okay, this is reasonable.
Yeah, very reasonable. I mean, this is going together fast.
Now I wonder, like, I think it still would have taken longer if I did the smaller, the 3.5. So I'm still glad I chose the 6.5.
Yeah,
But
half is very doable. But yeah, you're right. It'll probably take longer for the really small one.
mm-hmm.
And the small one would probably be fun if you're just dabbling a little bit, you know?
Yeah, I think so.
Not under pressure to get it done in front of a camera. You're welcome, Sylvia.
Not cooperating.
And Joyce, I wish I could fly you over here for that because it's going to be interesting having her travel with us.
Have y'all ever done it before?
She's been on an airplane once, and that's when I went to Denmark to get her.
Okay.
I don't know if you were around when I was telling the story about when I went to the airport to get her. I flew over there to get her, and I had talked to the front desk staff, and I said I want to go. I would like to go see a movie, but the movie's probably going to be about two, and I don't know what I was thinking actually. Um, it's about a 2.5 hour movie I was going to go see, and I told him, this is the first time, she didn't know my language. The dog was raised in Russia, so Russian was her language pretty much at the time. And I said, I'm gonna leave her in the bathroom. Would someone mind just checking on her for me? And I gave her my cell phone number, so if something was wrong, I could leave the theater and come right back.
Mhm.
They went in to check on her. She was hiding behind the toilet, and when they come walking in the bathroom to check on her, she was growling at them.
I bet.
I'm like, that was a very bad decision. But she was growling at them. What was funny about her though is the first night I spent with her, um, I guess the person who flew her from Russia to here, she was a airline attendant, apparently didn't think to make sure the dog had a chance to do her business.
Oh,
So she peed in the crate. And usually
well,
dogs,
she might have done that anyway, though.
yeah,
But she would have still been
probably.
a puppy, right?
Yeah, she was only 20 weeks old.
Yeah, she was still a puppy and nervous and scared and not knowing
Yep.
what was going on.
Yep.
So she might have just peed because she was scared.
Yep, that's true too. Well, so she smelled like pee. So I was taking a shower because I was going to put her in a bathtub and bathe her. But I took a shower first and I left the shower stall open so she could see me. Do you know she come walking in there like nobody's business? So I'm like, okay, I'll just bathe you here in the shower. And she just stood there and let me do it. And she didn't, we hadn't even really bonded much yet. But she must have trusted me to let me bathe her. And like I said, she ain't scared of anything. And I think that growling thing was because she was letting you know, stay away from me.
Absolutely.
Sylvia says it's stressful for a dog. Yeah, I know it's going to be stressful for both of us, all of us. And she likes to ride in the car. I haven't figured out how I'm gonna deal with the car situation though, because she's gonna want to ride in the front, and that's a little bit like maybe that's not a good idea. Sylvia says she likes the 6.5 inch, but she needed a larger quilt in the end. So you're doing the bigger block? Hey, Laura, it's good to see you. She says, I'm late to the party tonight. You're never late. We're not trying to hurry up and get this done yet. Let's see, how long we've been live now? Wow, it's almost an hour already.
It goes quick.
Yeah, it does. Definitely does.
Never friggin' read the instructions.
All right, we got the one side done. Now let's get the other side done. I think it'll be interesting. We're gonna try all the places we're staying at has internet. So probably that first Thursday in June, in Fano, I'm probably gonna try to go live. I don't know. We'll be 6 hours ahead of Eastern Standard Time, so it'll be late at night when I try to do it, and I probably won't stay live for too long. Because it'll be late in Denmark and everything, but if I'm not tired, I might stay longer. The thing is I won't have a sewing machine, so that means I will be taking with me maybe I can do some crocheting on the live or something like that. Or I could go live earlier in the day and go to the beach and do the live from there with my cell phone. I definitely think we're going to try to do that at least once you guys can see the beach in Fano. Honey. Oh, he's got his headphones on. I can't remember if there was a lighthouse there or not. There might be. But this little place that we're going to stay at, it looks like it's just up the road from some horses. So I'm definitely going to make sure I capture some of that on video. And also, I think I'll go to the store and buy carrots and feed them some carrots so that I can get them to come up to the fence. Horses love carrots.
Yes, they do.
Okay, we got that side done. Trying to decide. I don't think I'm going to do a press open here. I think I'm going to try nesting the seams because there's so much bulk with these seams. Okay, so I got two sides on. Now what I'm going to do is to sew the top here and then the bottom, and then we will I will press it and everything. This little block will be done soon.
I guess I should start explaining what I'm doing. You always explain what you're doing, and I never do. I just start sewing. I'll do that next time. It's too late now.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. Chaunda, I'm loving your reviews on the furls. I've been considering buying them. Hey, do they have weight to the furls? I mean, are they heavy?
So the new Furls Odyssey 2, they have more weight than your standard clover, but it's not it's like half the weight of the streamlined metal.
Oh.
So it's I believe it's double the weight. The new Furls Odyssey 2 is double the weight of a clover or more, but half the weight of the streamlined metal.
Okay.
So it's got a little bit of weight to it, but it's not heavy like the all metal hooks are, because
Yeah.
those hooks are heavy.
Yeah. Laura says her internet has been in and out over the last few weeks. Hopefully tonight will be better. I hope so too for you.
Yeah, Laura.
Rita says, and I made it in an hour just lurking. Too funny. I'm just happy that the wind has finally slowed down.
Why did I do that?
All right, now all I got to do is make sure that all these seams line up where they're supposed to line up. I'm gonna give you guys a sneak peek of the last three of my Alice's blocks because they are cool looking. Two of them only partially sewn. I decided that I wanted to, I've been kind of following, using the batik colors I have to, because I'm using scraps and stuff, except for the background part of it anyway. Been trying to be close to the color in the book, but yes, the other day I decided I wanted to get more colorful with it. So it's going to be interesting. Yep. And I think it's going to be interesting to see where that leads the look of the whole pattern and stuff. I know I'm not sure everyone's loving the dark background, but I think it's going to make all of that colorful stuff pop out once it's all sewn together. And this is the first time sewing with the dark background, so it's definitely interesting working with it. One thing I don't have to worry about though, I think it'll hide any mistake there might be.
I like dark backgrounds.
How's your mandala going? Have you worked on it any?
No, I haven't.
Well, you're not the only one that hasn't. I haven't either. And I think I'm gonna have to I think I'm gonna restart mine over again because I actually think I made a big boo-boo. You know, that ending up with those 9 instead of 8
Uh-huh.
is giving me grief as each row goes by. So I think I'm gonna start over and make a new one, but don't throw that one out. I'm gonna make it into like a little mini something, and I can put it on some, with something else,
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna start over. I just don't know where the damn yarn is.
Uh-oh.
Um, I had some Karen's little crafties. I have 2 packs of them somewhere.
Yeah.
So
And that's
Sylvia says,
something.
"Can you tell me what a furls is?" It's a crochet hook. It's a manufacturer that makes crochet hooks. They make resin hooks like this.
Here, let me spotlight so they can have a closer look. Hold on a minute.
Get my furls collection.
Okay, you're spotlighted.
So they're a very expensive crochet hook maker. So they make resin hooks, they make all metal hooks, they make wooden hooks. These are super lightweight. And then they used to make something called the Odyssey, which was half resin, half metal. But then they were discontinued because the manufacturer could not make them anymore. So they re-released them now called the Odyssey 2. And it's half resin, half metal. And I don't have one handy, but I think mine are upstairs, the 2 that I have. But very nice hooks, very expensive hooks. Not necessary though.
What's the cost of one out of curiosity?
I believe that the streamlined metals, I think these are like $28
Okay.
hook. And the wooden ones, I'm not sure, but I think the wood and the resin are somewhere around 24 or 25. And I believe the new Odyssey 2s are like $36.
Wow. But they will last a long time.
Yeah, theoretically, it's a lifetime hook.
Yeah.
I'll run and grab my Odyssey 2.
Okay. Oh, you're not supposed to be doing that now. She'll be right back, y'all. While we're waiting, so I'm pinning both sides on at the same time because I'm going to chain sew both sides. What I mean is sew down one side, flip it around, sew on the other side. And let me spotlight again so you can see the one she's going to show you. Okay. Those look really cool.
Yeah, they're really nice hooks. They're really easy to use. And I actually prefer them to the metal hooks because the metal hooks are cold. So I'm in that time of life where I like my bedroom cold. So when I'm using the all metal hook, it never gets warm
Yeah.
because the way I hold my hook, it stays cold because I don't wrap my hand around the hook ever. So the hook stays cold and it never warms up. So I've been liking these because the resin warms. But I don't like I don't like an all resin hook because it drags a little for me. I prefer metal.
I find that resin drags on yarn too.
So I've got a collection of them that I'll probably get rid of because I'll probably try to sell them or something because I just don't like using the resin hooks. I actually really like the wooden ones a lot.
Yeah.
The wooden hooks I actually really like a lot. They work great for cotton.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm about ready
Here's
to
my block though.
look at that. Hang on. We gotta make it big so they can see it. It didn't take you long to get that one done. Wow. That looks wonderful, Chaunda. I like the colors too.
Yeah, it came out good. I'm loving my color palette that I'm working with.
Yeah, that looks really great. You gonna go ahead and start on the other one?
Yep, I got her all cut out. So, and I just went kind of random with this one. I just kind of pulled some colors, pulled some fabrics, and we'll
Yeah.
see. See what she looks like. I ordered some batting yesterday. I'm hoping it's not too thick because it's not really
Oh,
for quilts, but I'm gonna try to use it.
I gave her a pig ear.
Oh, okay.
Hey, just give her one leg, okay? Or whatever you plan on feeding her. She's gonna be hating me when I put her on a food diet
Oh yeah.
because I want to get about 3 or 4 kilos off of her so that she'll be more comfortable on the airplane. And I can do that by reducing her food just a little bit and getting her out walking more. I'll be walking more because I need to be ready for some major walking in Denmark.
Yeah. I need to be walking.
Yep. We all need to be walking. Have you noticed that they've been talking a lot about Tai Chi for older people? Have you seen that?
No, it's probably your algorithm.
I've been wondering if it's really it might be a good way to, because Tai Chi also involves mindfulness and stretching, things like that. It might be a good thing. I don't know.
I mean, I imagine any movement is good for seniors, whether it be Tai Chi, walking, yoga, Pilates.
Pay for it.
I know you have to pay for it. I need to find someone that actually does Tai Chi to ask questions. I don't want to pay for money and it'd be a waste. You know what I mean? Everything's money, 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 money.
I mean, but I'm pretty sure you can find free how-to Tai Chi videos on Facebook.
Yeah, I don't know
And
what
on
the
YouTube.
YouTube had. If there's some YouTube creators that do Tai Chi,
I haven't checked, but I'm 100% certain.
because there might be a couple Tai Chi people who actually do it as a creator kind of thing. Poor Nora has got to get her beach body up. I want to see her reaction the first time. Uh-oh, that's not good. Ugh. I want to see how she reacts to being at the beach. That ought to be fun. Because the sand moves underneath your feet when the water's flowing over your feet. I want to see how she reacts to that. It'll be fun to watch her reaction.
When my son was little, he hated the beach. Hated it because he didn't like the fact that he didn't like the fact that the water came to him.
Yeah. Unless something's changed, we'll be able to drive onto the beach. Because that's the last time we were in Fano, we could drive onto it. So I would like to go maybe during the day, one of those days when Nikolai's in class. And also I was thinking maybe when he got off, we could go sit on the beach and do a sunset together or something like that. I don't know that I'll get in the water because the water's probably cold. I don't remember if the water was cold when we were there last time or not. I don't remember what time babe, honey, let me ask him when it was we went last time. I'm thinking it was either summer or fall. Babe, when was it we went to Fanta last time? What season? Was it summer or spring or fall?
Fall.
It was fall. So was the water cold then?
It's yeah.
Is it going to be cold probably in June?
I don't know. Probably warm.
It might be warm enough to go wading in it at least. I won't go above my knee because I can't see what's underneath the water.
I get way up in there.
Yeah, I like going to the beach. It's really, I love it. But what I have a fear factor thing about not being able to see what's under the water.
Yeah, it does not bother me one bit.
This is what happens when you go watch Jaws at 15 years or 14 years old. And I wasn't fearful of that until I saw that movie. And now it's stupid to be scared, but
I mean, I was until like, but then it's actually the water's probably scarier now, at least where I live, than it ever was 20 or 30 years ago. It's
yeah.
like now the sharks are coming more and more inland, but
Yep.
you're just not going to catch a great white in knee depth,
Oh no, definitely
water.
not. Definitely not. Now I know we didn't see seals in Fano, so I don't know if there'll be any seals, but we did see not Fano. We didn't see any in Fano, but we did see them in Skagen. And there was a pup on the beach sleeping. And there's signs that says, please leave the pups alone. Don't bother the seals. Because I guess it's been a problem or it's been problematic. And of course, someone's dog was off leash and he was going up messing with the pup. And all I wanted to do was take a picture of the pup, and the dog was instigating trouble. And of course, the pup wanted to go get back in the water, because I guess his mom was done nursing him. Once they reach a certain age, they're on their own.
Yeah.
But he sure was cute. Had that white fur. Baby fur. Raven, I hope you're doing well, says Laura. And Raven says, our dog attacks the waves. One of his first times on the fishing boat, he jumped off to attack our wake. Oh my gosh.
Lord have mercy.
Oh, that would be scary.
I could just see him barking at the bubbles and being like, what is that?
Yeah. And Laura says, before I broke my back, I walked 4 to 5 miles a day. I just need to begin walking again. I felt much better with exercise. I would rather ride a horse to get exercise. I just don't get off on walking all the time. And Raven says, I am thinking a lot. Found out this morning we have a house to move back to southeast Wisconsin. A lot of packing. Oh boy. Moving is not fun.
No, it is not. What am I stuck on? Oh, Jesus.
I don't know what the heck I've done with my tweezers, man. They're up underneath all this stuff, I have a feeling. Oh, there they are. As I had to take the middle seam out so that I could reset the block because it wasn't lined up with that point. And I would see it and it would bug me, so I decided to fix it.
I'm like that too. Sometimes you know, it doesn't bother me, and then sometimes it does. And if it does, then I have to redo it.
Yeah, if it was like just like one thread over, it would have been no big deal, but it was like an eighth over. And I'm like, nope, that ain't staying. We're gonna fix it. So I'm going to use my pin method to get it all lined up, and then we'll fasten it and resew it. I didn't rip the whole thing out, just the part where I needed to line up. We have maybe had a quarter of the stuff we have now when they moved, or when she moved up there. Things accumulate, believe it or not. When I moved here, I only had 2 suitcases and a dog. And that was all I had. That's all I came with. The other thing I got to do while we're in Denmark is I've got to do some clothes shopping. My clothes are beginning to look really bad.
You probably had them for a while, and all the washing and stuff, you know.
Yeah. The last time I bought clothes was in 2024. I'm trying, and I only like bought a couple things in 2024. So a lot of these clothes, like this one here, this is a 2017 or 2018 model. And all of my clothes are getting holes in them. Even my nightgowns have holes in them.
Yeah, then it's time.
Yeah, everything is just tattered.
Stop it. Don't do that.
If I want, I could order stuff on Amazon, but I'm picky. And if I can't actually see it physically, I'm not going to buy it. I don't mind buying nightgowns. That's no big deal. But buying shirts, because I like tunic style shirts. So I want it down to my hip or just below my hip line, Or
I am too short to wear shirts that long.
Yeah, I want them that long. I want it to cover places I don't want people seeing.
I am so short that when I wear clothes that are bigger, I just look bigger. They don't hide. It doesn't hide anything. It actually makes it worse.
Well, you're
I'm only like 5'1".
Yeah, I was just gonna say you're petite, so you probably need to buy clothes in the petite department, right?
No, I just buy, because I have extra junk in my trunk and in my front. So I normally just buy, because I'm like right at the cusp of petite and regular. I think petite stops at like 5'3" or 5'4". So I normally just buy regular length clothes.
Okay, that's better. Now let's see if the other side's. Oh, this one's still a little off, but it's livable. Dang it. No, I can actually. Can you see that? Can you tell it's off?
Barely though, but a little bit. But it's not that big a deal, I don't think.
Because the other one's fine. This one's definitely still off a little bit. Laura says, lately everything has been overwhelming for me now. I feel like there is simply too much to deal with. I don't want to bring more in, but I need to get rid of so much. Yep. You might have to do one of those I don't love kind of things and ditch what you don't love anymore.
Or do that thing where like you put stuff, you don't actually get rid of it, you just set it aside, and if you don't touch it in a year, then you just chuck it.
Yeah.
I say that, but I can't do that though. So
yes.
Don't.
Same here.
Raven says petite pants fit until I wash them. Exactly. So then I don't like that look where when you sit down, your pants jack up to like, and like your whole ankle and calf is just out.
Yeah, the high waters.
Yeah, I don't like that look. And so when I buy petite, that's what happens. As soon as I wash them, then when I sit down, my pants just hike up like they're high waters. They fit, they'll be fine when I'm walking around, but I just don't like that look personally. So, and then I like to, well, back in the day when I used to go to the office all the time and we had to dress up, I used to wear a lot of boots and stuff. And I just didn't like how my pants would just come up and show my socks or show my boots. So I just always got regular length pants.
Well, that makes
Hey,
sense.
Sherry.
Hi, Sherry. Hope you've been having a good day. Try one more time, and if it doesn't line up this time, then I'm done messing with it.
Maybe try double pinning.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. See if I can make sure it doesn't move at all. Usually I don't have that trouble with it, but for some weird reason, this one's wanting to shift.
It's probably because if I had to guess, I would say that like when you sewed maybe because you use the paper, right?
Yeah,
Maybe like when you were sewing the seam, you went a little like a stitch to the left or a stitch to the right, so it's not perfectly in center, maybe.
yep. And I'm gonna fold this back so I can get a better look at it too to help me make sure that I got it put. Yep. That's probably what happened. You're probably right. It shifted just enough because of how I did it to cause that little problem.
Now, the way yours, like how it was the second time, I probably wouldn't have changed it. I probably
Yeah, if it doesn't work, if it doesn't do what I want it this go around, I'm done. I'm not gonna mess with it anymore because you can only rip out some more before you start making a big mess. And it becomes a problem. I'm gonna leave that third pin in here. Normally I take that very center pin out. I'm gonna leave that one in place to make sure it don't go anywhere. And wait till I get past the seam and then take the pin out. All right, let's see what the verdict is. Look,
there you go.
it's okay now. Can you tell?
Yeah, I can.
Those that can't, let me put it up here on this one. Now it's lined up. That looks better. I can live with that. Okay, let me take it over and, well, first I need to take some stuff off of here. I need to take this 1/4" seam paper off so it won't be in my way. Nora's all quiet and chilling over here, but she keeps taking her tongue and running it across my ankle, and her tongue is cold. She's like, "Thank you, Mom, for the treat you gave me." Okay. For those of you that don't know, Fat Quarter Shop has a sale going on today. I think it's running from today to Sunday. They're 25% off of their Olfa products. And then it's 25% off of, not 25%, 20% off of their AGF solids and 20% off of a specific book and patterns.
The AGF solids I was like, no, I won't even go on their website. So when I When I went up there to get block 7, I just kind of didn't look at anything. I didn't want to look at anything. Because I did not want to be tempted. And I was I love art gallery solids.
Me too. Because Charisse gave me when we met at QuiltCon in 2024, gave me, because she was I guess she was the curator of that particular solid from AGF, and she gave me one. And so
love their fabric.
And it's really pretty. And I've been thinking about buying a couple more different color solids and then figure out what to do with all of it. Because I haven't made a quilt with just solids yet. And that might be something outside the box to be messing around with, maybe. Or get one print to work with all the solids one. And
yeah, I wanted to get it for background purposes.
Yeah.
I wanted to get maybe some gray and maybe kind of like a light steel blue or something like that.
Okay, this block is finished. So here's mine.
It looks good.
Look at all that color. And I'll put it
So
up.
good.
And this is a 6.5-inch block. This is not brown, by the way. This is purple. The camera is really weird. With how it sees things, seems like. Did anyone else sneak in here I didn't see? Hi, Nina. It's good to see you. And she says, perfect. Raven says, petite pin. Oh, okay. All this has been caught up with. Okay, we're good. All right. Now I'm going to look at that heart pattern because I printed a potential template. Uh-oh, where did I put it? That's a good question. Where did I put it? Here's the pattern, and here's the template that I need to shrink down. All right. What size is the center of this block supposed to be? Four and a half. Trying to figure out how I want to make a heart. So if it's a 4.5 inches, I need this to be smaller than that. Maybe 3.5 would work. We'll see in a minute if I can cut it down properly. Katie, wait a minute, I missed something. Cindy says, Katie, rather than sending email to Greenland, I thought I would, sending snail mail to Greenland, I thought I would send a little something to you via the chat. Thank you for lifting our spirits and for being our inspiring sewing buddy. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. There's different ways you can do it. You can use, I do have a PayPal on here somewhere that the bot shows from time to time, but I also have Super Chat if you want to use that. It's up to you how you want to do it, if that's what you mean. And Linda says, hi to everyone. And she says, good evening. Just had a big salad for dinner and relaxing to sew, long work week. Oh, thank you so much, Cindy. All that money goes towards the new camera I want to buy. I told you I did a thing, right?
What kind of camera are you looking at?
Huh?
What kind of camera are you looking at?
I'm thinking about buying a GoPro, or either another one of these. I have one, but I'm gonna need two.
I can't tell what that is. The
This
glare.
is a Angel Tube or Angie Tube streaming webcam, but it also has a light on it. I actually don't think I've even took it out of the box yet. Oh, it has a remote on it. Wow. But we did a thing this past week. We bought we found a desktop for me. You know how I said I was going to look for a computer in Denmark?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we found one up at Gothrock. It's a gaming desktop by Lenovo, and it has all the little things I need to do better streaming and stuff with. Look, this is what the camera looks like.
Okay.
So, I'm hoping this can sit on top of the monitor. I'm sure there's a way to mount it on the monitor. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like you can mount it on the monitor, maybe. So either that or I'll buy a second one of these because I need two cameras. Because I really think, I mean, the phone works fine for right now, but I'm not sure if it's healthy to be using that phone that way. You know what I mean?
Right.
Healthy for the phone because it does get hot. Anyway, I need to read all the instructions for this, but I'm going to have to buy a mic. I've just realized that because with the desktop, it's not the same as a laptop. You know, the laptop has its own mic and sound system on it where everything comes out of the top of the laptop or wherever it comes from. The desktop, on the other hand, you usually buy speakers for to hear.
It should have built-in speakers though.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't?
It has an onboard audio something, but to hear it, you're going to have to use speakers or something or headphones. And since I don't wear headphones because they cause pain, and you know, I don't know, I haven't figured that yet. I'm also going to be looking for a new set of earbuds. Maybe I can find a set of earbuds that I can actually sync with the Bluetooth system. Because the ones I have are Bluetooth friendly and I can sync the ones I have with my phone, but I have yet been able to sync them with my laptop, and my laptop is Bluetooth friendly, so I don't understand why it doesn't see my earbuds.
It might be a compatibility issue. That's what I was running in today. I was trying to connect my earbuds to my laptop and it was not allowing me to do so.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me do it, so I don't know what the heck. So maybe I need to buy a set of earbuds that's friendly toward all devices.
Yeah, so I do have some that work. It's just the main ones that I use every day will not they don't seem to want to pair with my laptop.
Yeah.
but I do have some that will. So I guess I'll have to. Crikey.
That is probably the wrong angle. Sherry says use the Galaxy tablet. Yeah, I have that tablet too that can be used as a second camera, come to think of it. I've been looking for a mount for that one because I was going to put it in front of the sewing machine. Because once I switch over to the desktop, all of this stuff sitting on top of my desk goes bye-bye. You know, the laptops, all of it. I'll have all of this space. So I thought about putting the tablet in front of my sewing machine on a stand so that you can see me sewing here, because that's the only angle you really don't see.
Yeah, I have to use my phone because I don't know how to use my laptop to do two cameras.
You want to know how I do it?
How?
Because I use Zoom, and you can use Zoom for your pre-records, by the way. And actually, you don't need to pay for it since you're just doing pre-records and not doing lives. You know how I send you a link to get onto Zoom?
Mm-hmm.
So with if you're just doing pre-records, it'd be like when you and I did the podcast together, and I sent you a link for that, but we
Yeah.
weren't live on YouTube at all, and then we
Right.
uploaded the video after the fact. It's the same concept. You send a link to your phone messenger, and then you're logging on with your laptop to Zoom, and then you log on to Zoom with your phone, and that's how you can use your phone as the second camera. And that's how I do it here. I send a link to Messenger. Usually use Nikolai's Messenger, and I'll send a link to his, and then I take my phone and log on through his Messenger. You know, I click on the link because it's in his Messenger window, and that's how I bring up the phone onto Messenger. I mean, onto Zoom.
Well, yeah. I mean, yes, but I wanted to be able to use my laptop only and not have to use my phone as a
Oh,
camera.
gotcha. Oh, gotcha.
But
Okay.
that's what I can't. I don't know how to use my
Yeah, I
laptop
haven't
to do
figured that out either.
The only way I know how to do it is to use like another software, but then like it's only half a picture instead of a full picture. So I don't know.
Andrea says she has that same camera. It has a built-in microphone. I just put it right above me for the video I just filmed. It worked great. Oh, okay.
Now, I do use a separate microphone because I found that a lot of times, sometimes when I was filming my videos with the camera mic, it just wasn't, I was getting so many errors and issues, and I had sound quality problems, and I didn't know what it was. So I just bought a mic, and ever since then, I've been fine.
I have a mic. I just have to figure out how to use it. So, because I guess you have to turn it off on the laptop, right?
So when you go into Zoom, it allows you to choose your microphone. And
Oh,
so
okay.
instead of choosing the microphone that's tied to the camera, I just choose my standalone mic.
Oh, got you. Yeah, because I do have a mic. It's just a one that you clip onto you.
No, mine is a gigantic friggin' honking thing of a mic.
Yeah,
I wish it was smaller, but
I want one like that so I can hang it from the ceiling. And that way everybody can hear Nikolai better too.
yeah.
I mean, my ceilings are low enough that we could get away with doing that.
I need to mount mine. I just haven't done it yet. It's been years and I just haven't done.
Have you seen what a boom costs? A boom is about $100.
No, I just have these little cheapy things that I'm using from Amazon.
I
and it's
know.
Well enough for me.
I was looking at a boom and I'm like, my goodness, they're pricey.
I mean, mine isn't going to be mounted to the ceiling, but I have one of those cheapy things and I can mount it. I just have
Yeah.
to figure out how to get it on there.
Yep.
I'll do that this
Exactly.
weekend.
Uh-oh, I cut this the wrong way. Oh, I just cracked myself up. Look what I did.
It's a tulip though.
Oh my gosh. You guys, y'all laugh at my expense because this was supposed to be a heart and look what happened. Oh my goodness. Let's try this again. Thank you for the $9.99, Cindy. I really appreciate that. Oh my goodness. I can't even tear a straight line. That's not funny. Let me try this again. Fold it in half. And you should be able to do like that. Ah, that's better. Now let me make sure I have the right size. Where is my garbage can at? The one I have hanging over here is flowing over. I need to empty my trash. All right, where's my ruler? Let me check this because I bet I need to make it a little bit shorter than I did. Yeah, I need to make it about 1/4 of an inch smaller. CapCut free program. iMovie if you have a Mac product, says Sherry.
I do not.
If you mount yours where your phone is not, you should have a perfect overhead. What do you mean where my phone is not? Because my phone's right here. Can you explain that in a different way, maybe? Now let's see if this is small enough. Ah, that's better. Now let's see if we can actually do a you reckon we can do a reverse one this small?
You're asking me. I've never done it.
This will be interesting.
I've never even done the technique, so I can't really be helpful on this one.
And I need to turn the light on so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, never mind. I see what I was after. Right there. All right, let's get some sewable interfacing. This is very lightweight kind, so it won't be a problem. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce this, since this is supposed to be a 4.5 inch unfinished square. So we're going to cut this down to 4.5 inches. Then I'm going to draw along the template here. And I'm also going to decide on what I want to, I'm going to use my turquoise as the background. And then I'll go ahead and put this, yeah. I know I'm not making sense right now, but you'll see when I start making it. I need to make this 4.5. Actually, this is 4.5 right here. But I need a bigger ruler to start with because I need a straight line. So let's get us a straight line cut. I know y'all are about to see what I'm going to do unconventionally, but I'm doing it the way I understand how to do it. Because I learned how to do a reverse on a circle from doing my sugary do. So I'm going to use the same concept with that. All right, now we can make a 4.5-inch block. Wait, I need to make 2 straight sides. Okay. So bear with me here. How's your block coming together?
This is the last seam if I've got it lined up right.
I just love how simplified they made this sew along.
Yeah, me
Because a
too.
beginner can actually do these blocks unless you try to do this itty bitty one. And even the itty bitty is not bad, but it just means it's going to be nerve-wracking. Sherry, what are the next blocks you have planned for Alice? I am trying not to release mine before you do. Now that I have my computer issues ironed out, I am on a roll and I will hold them.
Alrighty. And there she goes.
You already got it done?
Yes, ma'am.
Dang, you are booking it. Hang on, let me let you show your poster child here. That looks great. And Chaunda, wow.
I know. I really like them.
Okay, this sucks. I have a cough and the hiccups at the same time.
Oh yeah, that's a pain in the ass.
I hate when I get the hiccups because they hurt. Okay, I've got this cut. Now let me take you off the spotlight.
And you know, there's also, I think there's less blocks than there was in the first.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I believe that too.
I think the first Sewcialites, I was going back and I looked and I think it had like 30 something blocks. All right, my stuff together.
Yeah, I think there was quite a few of them, that's for sure. I wonder.
I'm keeping mine in this folder here.
Hey, that's good. I gotta order me another notebook so I can put mine in there like that. Right now I'm putting them in a project box.
I mean, I've got the project box for all my blocks. I'm just putting the papers in
Yeah, the pattern.
yeah, the pattern.
Andrea says both your blocks are beautiful. Has 2 hours hit yet? Let me look. On about
Almost.
8 minutes. No, 6 minutes. Sorry. I don't know why I said 8 minutes. Okay, I think I found the center of this. So now we're going to line this up so it's center on both directions so that I can draw a line around this heart. Then we're going to cut a 4.5-inch block or square, not block. And we're going to put this on the top of it and we're going to sew it on around the edge of the heart. Now, see, I want y'all to keep in mind, this is me seeing if I can accomplish it. So if it doesn't come out, that's okay. It won't be an epic fail. It just means I couldn't do it the way I wanted to do it. Okay. Let me see what kind of seam or what distance I have on this top here. About 3/4 of an inch. Oh, okay. It didn't look like it was even, but it is. All right. Now let me cut a turquoise background. And then I'll decide what color to make the heart here directly.
I like that each block is designed by a different designer.
I agree. I think it makes it because each designer has their own style of doing stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right.
All right, now we need a 4.5 inch. This is probably the most unconventional way you've seen somebody do this. Now let's make this one because we need a perfect 4.5 inch both directions. All right, there we go. Now I have my square here and I'm going to take my interfacing and I am going to park it right on top of this piece of fabric, just like that. Now this is not fusible because I'm going to be turning this the other direction. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew on the heart line here all the way around. I don't know what's going to happen when we get right here. We'll see what happens. So let's go ahead and sew that together and we'll see what happens. Either it'll fail or it'll look good. Right?
Nothing wrong with a little experimentation.
That's right. We're doing a experiment. Otherwise, if it don't come out the way I hope it comes out, then I'll just do a different style of block. That's all. Let's see, I need to take this back down to this.
Right away.
And all I'm going to do is sew along the line.
Okay.
Is it 1 minute and we'll be doing the answer. So if you haven't voted, make sure you vote. You know, most people who fish for a living don't make it a lifelong endeavor, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And there is a few people that's worked for this company for a long, long time, and Nikolai's one of them. The skipper of his ship has practically been a dad to Nikolai, more or less, because Nikolai got on board when he was really young. And from what I understand, Torbjorn had already been working for the company almost 10 years. So sometimes they have little spats with each other. And I said, this one is kind of like
You're
that.
like family.
Kind of, yeah. Because sometimes Torbjorn gets in a bad mood, and instead of just keeping it to himself, he'll take it out on somebody, and it's usually Nikolai. He doesn't intentionally do it. It just, it's that father-son kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. You didn't know? Okay.
Oh, we're coming. All right. It is now ready to give the answer. Okay, let's talk about the question. The question is, how many years has Nikolai worked for Royal Greenland? A is 15 years, B is 60 years, C is 25 years, and D is 32 years. Let's see, we have 37 votes. 18% voted for A, 3% voted for B, 39% voted for C, and 39% voted for D. You see that tie going on right there? The answer is D, 32 years.
That's a long time.
Yep. The answer is 32 years. So make sure you write that down. So what color should I make the heart?
What are your options?
What color did you use again? Let me see.
I made mine all pink.
You did make it pink. Okay. Now I'm trying to decide what color I want to make it. Pink is probably good. And then I can use green and maybe, or I could do green with purple or purple with green.
Purple and green always go well together.
Yeah, so it'd be pink, purple, and green. I think that would work. Okay, when I get this done, the next thing I got to do is I'm going to cut a hole all the way through it. And then I'm going to do just a little over 1/4 inch around the edge on the inside, because I'm going to be turning the interface into the other side. You'll see what I'll do in a minute. I have a feeling because it's small, it might give me some grief. When will Sherry's asking, when will he retire? I know he has the years in, but he's young yet. He still has about 17 years until actual retirement through Greenland happens. But when I mentioned that, he's like, he says, I'm not going to retire in 17 years. I want to work longer than that. So he'll work as long as his health is good, probably. Because he really likes working. He's got this very strong work ethic. And I'm like, we could always just buy a boat and then you can still be on a boat. Just saying. Okay, I want to show you what I've done here. I've sewn the interfacing on the front. This is the back. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a hole in the middle, and then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to take it just a little further than a quarter of an inch all the way around the inside. So what's going to get cut out. I'm not cutting the outside off yet. So let's do that first. I'm going to put a little snippet in here where I can cut it. And it don't have to be a perfect seam allowance. Just make sure you leave, if you decide to do it like what I'm doing, which you probably won't, just make sure you leave yourself enough of an allowance in here to work with. And this is a small heart, so that's why I'm thinking this might not work, because it's so small. But we'll try it and see. We'll see what happens. It'll either work or it won't. And this will give me some more reverse applique practice, since I've only done reverse applique maybe 5 or 6 times. I need to finish my Greenland solidarity thing, but I kind of got sidetracked with that because I can't decide on how I want to do the rest of the quilt. I know I'm going to do it all in red and white. Problem is I think I want to put some stars in there. And I just got to figure out how I want to do the stars when you got the Greenland flag right in the middle of it. Unless I do the Greenland flag off to the side and make stars going off out away from the flag, that could work too. Okay, I now have a hole in the middle. Okay, now what I'm going to do, and this is how I learned through Sugary Do, is I'm going to take my interfacing here and I'm going to start wiggling it into the other side. And I'll have to like clip along the edges to get it to fold back like it should. I just think I'm going to have problems right here at the point. Yep, I'm definitely going to have issues right here. Well, shoot. I'll do. Because it might not work. We're going to find out here directly if it'll work or not. That's where I'm going to have troubles, right up here, I think. What will he want to? Oh, God, already answered that. Okay. Hey, Stacy, it's good to see you. Cindy says, have any of you made a t-shirt quilt before? Just wondering what kind of backing fabric you use, denim, minky, or cotton. I've never made one.
I've never made one, but if I made one, because it's already going to be heavy, because you've got the t-shirt fabric and then you have to use interfacing on the back of the t-shirt fabric. So it's already going to be heavy. So I honestly, it probably, even though it would be heavy, I'd probably put, well, I would use fleece. That would just be my personal preference.
Will the fleece be the lightest?
I think the fleece would be lighter than the minky or the denim. But it would be, I wouldn't want to put cotton on the back because it feels like the cotton, I don't know. I don't know if the interfacing would be stiff or not after laundering. I'm not sure because I've never made one.
Yeah.
But I like fleece on the back of a quilt, so I did not backstitch, and I am going to regret that.
All right. Let's try doing this. All right, let's try again. I'm going to have quite a mess on my desk. Okay. So we did good tonight. We got our blocks done, except for the one I'm messing with. And if this doesn't work out, I'll just make a different block. That's all.
Yeah.
It's not like it's going to be a big headache. I just wanted to see if I could actually make my own heart.
Or use one of the old Sewcialites blocks.
Yeah, I thought about doing that because I do have access to all of that. Some of them I had pre-print. I actually have some 6-inch blocks, I think, from the other one where I didn't finish it.
But your colors, though.
Yeah, the background is not the same. That's the only issue. So, but yeah, definitely can make one. And that's probably what will happen if I can't get this to cooperate with me. Because I have a feeling it's where the heart comes down into the V is where my headache's going to be. You know?
Mm-hmm.
That's probably where it's going to give me some grief. And I discovered that this interfacing, because it's so lightweight, if you stick a hot iron to it, guess what happens? It melts.
Yes, it does.
And I don't remember it being like that when I was using interfacing and when I was making dresses and stuff, but it probably was like that. I just didn't realize it, you know?
Or you might have been using the sew-in interfacing and not the fusible.
Yeah, because this is the sew-in kind, yep. And maybe that was what the problem was. Is this is not heat whatever. Okay, right here is going to be an issue too. I need to trim it a little bit more. Or maybe I know what I can do. I can do this. Let's do some little slices here and there and see if that won't help. And that might be what I need to do down here on this point too, possibly.
Oh, I'm such a moron.
Do what?
I'm such a moron. I did not do this properly.
Oh, they're answering questions. Andrew says, I've made one and used a fat backing in the cotton. You just make sure you use a good medium weight stabilizer. And then Sherry says it's common to use cotton. However, you could use something else. And then Andrew says, if you know who Tiffany at Tiffany's Quilting Life is, she has a really good in-depth video on how to make one. Which is true. She's pretty good at that kind of stuff too.
Yes, she is. Yeah, I've never done a t-shirt quilt, but I did make a denim quilt before. And it was like the second quilt I ever made, and I backed it with fleece. There was nobody to tell me different back then.
Yeah.
Now people would be like, you can't do that. But since I was doing it before, there was a quilt police, before there was an internet really, um, I just never had a problem with it.
I think I need to slice this right here. I'm sorry this is taking so long, but when you're messing with a tiny piece of something and you're having to turn it, and this interfacing keeps wanting to stick to one of my fingers, which means that the skin on my finger is dry.
Plus, you're experimenting. So anytime you're
That's right, we're
experimenting,
experimenting. And I think right here I need to do another slice because it's not wanting to lay the way I want it to lay. So what's everybody got planned for the weekend while I'm fiddling with this? Because the rest, if I can get this done and put together, the rest of this block won't take long to build.
no, it does not.
Yeah, it's going to be very easy to do. I just got to see if I can get this to cooperate with me. All right, let's try again. The Cheeky Quilter also did a series about 4 videos on how to do them. They do it as a business, so this gives you a couple people to look into for information on t-shirt quilts. Didn't Sean make one too?
And I know Missouri Star did one.
Yeah, there's probably all kinds of t-shirt quilt videos out there.
I have a playlist of ones that I wanted to watch because I was thinking of doing one way back when my kids were younger. I thought about, but then I was like, I have to do 3 of them, and I don't want to commit to that. So
Yep. I haven't had a desire to make one because I just think it's more work than it's worth.
yeah, it's really like a sentimental thing. I think and like I personally don't have like a lot of T-shirts that would have sentimental value. Like I never
Yeah.
collected like a T-shirt from this club and a T-shirt from this sport and a T-shirt from this school. Like I never really did that.
Yeah.
So
Same. I mean, I might only have like 2 or 3 t-shirts like from riding club and stuff, but outside of that, yeah, I don't really, and I stopped wearing t-shirts a long time ago on top of it. So, because I don't like the collars up on them or the neckline's what I don't like about them. And they definitely don't do you justice when you're a heavy person. It looks like you're wearing a sack.
yeah, it can. It can. That's why I have to get them that fit, and I just
Yep.
however it looks is how it looks.
Yeah.
Like this is one of my Temu specials right here.
Yeah.
$7 shirt.
I have a piece of thread that's sitting here dangling out here, annoying me. Well, I'm gonna have to lay this on the table sooner or later so I can finish folding it. Because it's kind of doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's down here at the bottom that's giving me a little bit of grief too. And I definitely think it's going to give me grief up there. But if we can get it all the way down, then maybe I could press it on the outside because I cannot let the iron come in contact with the interfacing. Because if I do, we're going to have a train wreck on the iron. be tiny, tiny, tiny space to work with. I guess one of these days I'm going to have to learn how to do applique for sure, for sure. So that things like this won't be so hard to do, you know?
Yeah, to me, the regular applique just seemed like the easiest one for me to get because you're literally just ironing it on like an iron-on patch and then stitching around the edge.
But you're having a raw edge, right?
Huh?
You'll have a
No.
raw edge though, won't you?
Well, no, that's what you're supposed to blanket stitch, but instead of blanket stitching, I just did a straight stitch all around, but I did it for an item that's not going to be washed like that. So I would have to learn how to blanket stitch
Yeah,
or zigzag.
I haven't learned how to blanket stitch either. And I know I've got that on this machine.
I mean, my machine can do it. I didn't like the way it looked, I guess is really more what it was.
Yeah.
I couldn't get it to where I liked it. I could do the blanket stitch, but I just didn't like how it looked.
Yep. And I think I'm with you. I probably will run into that same obstacle of not liking how it looks. Because I have seen pictures of the blanket stitch on some applique, and I'm like, that really looks messy to me.
Yeah. And I could have, played with it and, but I just didn't feel like doing that at the time. So
I can't tell if is that facing right there, or is that the fabric I see? That's the fabric I see. I think I'm going to need to cut the tip off here because that's just going to make things worse. So let me cut the tip off. There we go. Now let's see if I can get it to lay down. Since this is an experiment, it's not going to matter. But if it comes out right, then it will. But if it doesn't, it's okay too. I'm sorry this is taking so long, you guys. It's one of these things where you have to be slow about it, not get speedy with it. Otherwise, it won't work at all.
is anybody watching Paradise?
What's that about?
It's theoretically about the end of the world.
Oh. Where is it being shown at?
So it's only on Hulu.
Okay.
And it's basically about there's this guy and he's like he's on the president's detail. He's like the president's number one security guy. And they find out that the end of the world is coming. And there's some big wigs, they know about it ahead of time, and they build this massive underground bunker to hold, I think, maybe 20,000 people. And then they do this lottery to decide who gets to be saved and come to the bunker and who gets left on their own and has to figure out if they survive.
Yeah.
But it's kind of sci fantasy because there's like a time travel aspect to it that's not evident when the show first starts.
Oh. So is it more like an Earth destruction kind of movie, but it's based on the end of times?
It's more like, those movies where there's like a cataclysmic
Yeah.
wave tsunami that like takes out the country and puts us in darkness.
Yeah.
And then there's like darkness and cold for like, however many years. And then, things get better theoretically, that type of thing. But it's a
Have
pretty
you
good show. I
seen the
just finished
second?
season 2.
So if you're watching that, have you seen the Greenland 2 yet?
What?
That has Brett Butler in it, and it's
Greenland
basically the same thing, the end of Earth as everybody knows it.
called what?
The first one was just called Greenland.
No, I hadn't seen that.
The second
Yeah,
one is called
one of the
Greenland.
stars is one of the guys from This Is Us. I never
Yeah.
watched This Is Us because it just looked. I didn't. When that show premiered, the last thing I needed in my life was television that was going to make me cry. So I didn't watch it because it just looked like one of those shows
The
that was
first
going to have
one
me
was,
crying every other week.
yeah, the first one was, it was okay. The problem is it was never filmed in Greenland like they're depicting. It was actually filmed, parts of it was filmed in Iceland. And when you see the waterfall, you're like, that's in Iceland. You could just tell that it was.
I mean, your average American wouldn't be able to tell that.
Yeah. But they would assume it's Greenland and it's not Greenland.
I mean, but if they assume that, I don't know why they would do that when we know that most of the TV that we watch is not filmed
Yeah.
where they say they are. Like most of it is filmed in LA, Vegas, North Carolina, and stuff like that. So
Yeah, there's different areas that they do it in. Yeah. So portion of it's done in Iceland, and then the rest of it's done there. Some of the more mountainous areas was also done somewhere else, but it definitely none of it was filmed in Greenland. So when they're saying this is the Greenland blah 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 area of Greenland, that's not true. It's a lie.
I always just assume that's not true. I mean, I don't call it a lie because it's television, it's fictional. So I don't really call it a lie per se. So when I'm watching TV and it says we're in Las Vegas, Nevada, but really they're filming in California, I don't consider that lying. In the show, that's where they're supposed to be, but I never assumed that that's where they're filming it in real life.
So the second one, in the second one they've been living in the bunker long enough that their kids went from being very young to teenagers. The ones that were in the bunker, because they lived in the bunker all those years because Earth was unlivable, or they thought it was. And then they started having earthquakes, which was causing the bunker to fail. So they knew they had to get out. And so they end up in Europe, and they find people living in Europe, but Europe's not is barely livable itself, but they're trying to find a certain where an asteroid hit and made a big huge hole in the ground, supposedly because it was the only place on the planet that was actually where they could actually live a life and raise crops and stuff. And it's basically the storyline is them trying to get there.
Okay. So with Paradise, it's not so much that, it's more what's the truth? Who's lying? There's like a lot of internal intrigue and mystery that they put in there with it. It's a pretty well done show, I think.
I'll have to check it out. Do you think it'll end up on Amazon Prime at some point?
I'm not sure.
Because I know that the stuff from Apple TV, I want to see both seasons of the God Monarch, and I can't because it's not been put on Amazon at all yet, which means it may never get put on Amazon. And since I can't get Apple TV, I'm missing out on the best 2 series that has to do with Godzilla and stuff.
Yeah, anything on Apple TV is not going to end up on Amazon. It's not going to, you're not going to find it anywhere except for Apple TV, is my understanding, because those are direct competitors. Now, you might find stuff on Netflix, nothing Apple TV you're going to find, period. Yeah. Apple TV is the only place you can get it.
And I want to see it because it's giving some more of the lore of Godzilla and King Kong and all of the other kaiju that are involved.
Now, sometimes you might be able to do like a free 30-day subscription. I don't know if it's blocked, like if it's just blocked in your
Yes,
area.
I can tell I can't even access it from here.
Okay.
And I think it's sad that they don't let you buy a copy of it because they still would make money off of it.
But I think you might be able to buy it, but you'd still have to buy it from Apple TV.
Yeah, because I would buy the 2 seasons just so I can have them to watch.
Now, I don't know if you have iTunes. Have you tried on iTunes to look for it?
I don't have iTunes either. I don't have any Apple products in our house.
Well, I don't have any Apple devices either, but you used to be able to put iTunes on any device.
I didn't know that.
I don't know if it's changed because I don't mess with Apple. Never have. So I don't know if it's changed. Y'all can correct me in the chat, but
Wow, there's lots of pins.
oh, FYI, I don't know who uses Best Press, but quiltinaday.com has Best Press gallons for $43 and change.
Is that a good deal?
Yes. Especially if you're getting other stuff. Quiltinaday.com they ship from California. So California does not charge sales tax, so there's no sales tax added when you purchase it. And then I think they have free shipping over $100. And then if it's less than $100, I forgot what the shipping is. It used to be $5. It's probably more than that now, but it used to be $5.
That's from me, Andrea. Yay! She got my gift from Fat Quarter Shop. This does not look very good. Look.
Why does it look see-through? Oh, that's all your pins.
Yeah, it's supposed to
Okay.
look because I'll be putting the fabric on the back of this. This is the front.
Okay. Oh.
This point right here is where the problem is. I don't know what to do about it. So what I think I'll do is I'm going to have to figure out a better way of doing this, and I'll just do a different block is what I'll do. Let's see, Andrea says, I have something else coming from Fat Quarter Shop tomorrow, and MSQC. Yeah, the one I sent from you it'll look like it came from Florida, Andrea, through Fat Quarter Shop. I knew it was you. I just did not know if you wanted to be. Yeah, I don't care if people know I gifted you because we were so. The Andrea's in a situation where her husband got laid off from work, so income is like nothing, and I decided to gift her with something, and I think a couple other people are gifting her with something to help her.
Answer what you need.
She's out of a lot. She has no pre-cuts, and she's running out of stash altogether. So people are going to, there's 2 or 3 people that we're going to send her some of their scraps along with any fabric they might not want to use or want to gift her with.
So what's your style, Andrea?
Yeah, Andrea, can you answer? Yeah, tell us what your style of fabric is. And while you're talking about that, let me go get more in my cup. Uh-oh, I'm about to run out of ice.
Because I got enough to share, Andrea. 8 miles. That's not that bad, Sylvia. That's not that bad. Okay. Okay. I don't think I have much quilt of valor because I don't do red. I don't like a whole lot of red, white, and blue. But I got plenty of bright colors. I don't think I have anything vintage. I like a lot of bright stuff. Are you interested in any quilt kits at all, or you just want fabric? Yeah, I get that, Sylvia. Waiting is hard. When my stuff gets delayed, when it says it's going to come on Tuesday, and then it's like, oh, actually, no, it's going to be here on Wednesday. I'm like, Dad, blast it. I do not like that. All right, Andrea, I got you. I'm assuming Katie's got your address, so I'll get it from her after the stream. Honey iced tea.
I'll be there in just a minute. I'm still trying to fill up my cup.
Do you use jelly rolls, Andrea? Oh no, Andrea, no. But I'm not gonna lie to you. Quilting is really it really helped me through some tough spots. I'm not gonna hold you.
Katie, I had a long distance call. I missed your answer. Is it 32 years? Yes. That's the answer. 32 years.
Because I've got a crap ton of jelly rolls. I just gotta go through my layer cakes and my
You know what I'm going to do? I am going to go along the edge of this just to see what happens with it.
Yeah, definitely try it out.
Oh,
Because you won't know for sure until you sew it.
yeah. Put that first stitch in, the pre-stitch. It's this little, it's the where the heart comes down into the V. That's where I'm seeing issues.
Gotcha.
But we're going to try it anyway. Oh, all right, let's try this. I'm gonna put a really big stitch in it so that way I can pull it out after I sew it to the other one. Turn this around. I got to be careful not hit needles while I'm doing it. She says, yes, some of my new patterns are strip quilts, so jelly rolls would be awesome. And she's I didn't know how much you wanted me to say, Andrea, but you can explain your situation if you want to. But we have such a great community. I know people would be willing to help. Because she does a lot of quilts of Valor's, also from her whatever she's got on hand. So she so whatever she does generally goes right back out of her house.
Yeah, and that's like the one thing I don't have is stuff for Quilts of Valor because I don't use red, white, and blue as a color scheme. Like I barely have anything in that colorway. So I was going, she said she likes brights and vintage, so I'll look.
She does, yep.
I know I don't have any.
I sent her, and she mentioned she liked Lori Holt fabric.
Oh, she does.
She did. She said she liked Lori Holt on one of the lives. She said something about she liked Lori Holt. And I'm like, I know what I'm going to go do. We're going to go over to Fat Quarter Shop and find a layer cake and a charm square pack of the same thing of one of Lori Holt's fabric lines.
I know I have Lori Holt because it comes in the Sew Sampler all the time. And
Yep.
I don't really, I prefer more bright fabric, so I never reach for that. So I'll have to dig out all my Lori Holt.
Katie has yeah, I have her address. So anyone that needs Andrea's address to send a gift, just send me an email and I will give you the information.
I'll get it from you after the stream, Katie.
Yeah, I'll send it to you, Chaunda. It's funny. I can hear my sewing machine's mechanical pieces running because I'm running this really slow.
Let's see what's going on with my machine.
Yeah, the interview is going to give y'all a lot of things you didn't know about. We had a really nice interview. It went really well because, you know, she's hearing impaired and I think she was a little concerned about that, and she relaxed, and the interview went really good. I think she was pleased with how it went too. I know I was.
Still got to get my package out to you, Katie, but I wanted to finish the quilt I was working on first so I could send you the scraps at the same time. Maybe I'll work on that this weekend.
Oh, that's right. She lost everything because she got flooded from Hurricane Harvey.
Oh, geez.
And she talked a little bit about that in the interview. That's how she ended up with the loss of a lot of stuff. And I know Laura can relate to that because she's had flooding in her basement where her sewing stuff is at.
No, shit.
Flooding and fires are the worst thing on to for anyone to
Okay,
have
for
to
sure.
experience. I don't know which is worse, the water damage or the fire damage.
Oh God, I think the water. I think to me, because it's like the water, it's like you think your stuff is okay, and then you realize it's not because of
Yeah.
I remember my sister went through a fire.
I'm trying to be careful just in case a pin slipped out. I didn't see slip out. You know, if this was one of the bigger hearts, this probably would have went a lot smoother. But this being tiny, it's a little bit harder. Just a little bit.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot to deal with back to back, Andrea. I commend you. I mean, we've all had situations where, like, things just happen back to back, but when it's your home, that's a completely different situation. That's rough.
My little heart looks a little cockeyed, I think. Let me put it on dark fabric where you guys can see it. But I want to see what y'all think. Because, yeah, let me find something dark where you can actually see it. Chaunda.
It doesn't look too bad. Can you make it bigger? I can
Oh,
make it
yeah, hang on. It's not bad, no. But you can definitely see ripples.
Yeah, yes, you can. But I don't know. It could work. After it's all quilted out, you might not be able to see all
Yeah,
that.
you might not even notice it. That's true. I think I'll go ahead and build the block and we'll see it. And if it's, it is still don't look good, then okay, but we'll give it a
Build
try.
it and press the heck out of it and then see.
Yeah, I need to get a hold of it with the iron, but I'm gonna trim off this excess facing that's on this side here. Here, I'll show you. I'll put it back against the fabric again. I'm going to trim this facing to like a 1/4 inch all the way around.
Okay.
And that'll get rid of some of that. And then I'll be able to press it better because I don't want the iron coming in contact with this because it literally melts. Okay, then. That blue behind it kind of looks pretty, don't you think?
Yeah, it really pops.
Yeah, it makes it pop, makes that turquoise really pop out. Maybe I should use a blue instead of, ooh, I could use blue behind it instead of pink. I have a feeling the pink won't make it pop as much. I don't know. Let me see. Let's try this pink right there. I have two different pinks over here. Let's try both of them. We have the, let me spotlight again. Uh-oh. I just did something. This is
This
one
is one pink.
hello. Okay, that took care of it. Okay, so there's this pink. That one don't look too bad either, though, does it, Shonda?
No, it does not.
Still there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Maybe it's me. I'm thinking, yeah. So don't you can you see the pink?
Yeah, I can see it. I
So
think
this is a darker pink, and then this is a lighter pink.
I definitely would go with the darker pink or the blue.
Yeah, the top, yeah, either the blue or the pink. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. You see that, Shonda?
I do. You just want to make your life harder, don't you, Katie?
Oh my God. Oh, are y'all watching this? Looking at this? Andrea says she likes the blue the best. Andrea says she got an email from Karma's Quilt Shop. They have reverse applique kits. Oh, that'd be interesting. Oh, she has the ability to do simple FPP blocks. She has to play around with it. And then Andrea says, I agree, Laura. You can replace items you lose from a disaster, but health is precious. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Andrea says she likes the blue. Anyone else got a comment? Dubrovka likes the blue. Sherry says the blue. It looks like the blue is going to be the winner here.
Yeah, that blue does pop, Katie.
It sure does, especially because I use that turquoise. I'm thinking that's what we're going to do here. All right, let's get this done. I can't put that foot back on there right now. And I'm going to have to be very careful when I sew this. All right, let's cut this to a 4.5-inch block. And then I can start putting the rest of this block together.
The poor machine is struggling.
Do what? Oh, wait, let me take the, sorry. You're struggling?
My machine was struggling.
Have you been having trouble with it lately?
No, it's just the layers of fabric I was trying to sew through was just
Oh,
thin.
got
I was
you.
asking a lot of it.
I know you hadn't had that one too long.
2 years.
Do you know I've had mine 6?
I mean, if I hadn't had to replace my machine, she'd be 6 years old.
Yep, because I remember you said you bought that one new. I can't. It's 6 years old, but for 10 months it didn't get used when it first got here because I was scared of it. So technically, it's only been used 5 years and 4 months. I truly was scared of it because when I'm like, oh, this is such a, and when I finally did sew on it for the first time, I was Nikolai, I tell you, it was like, oh my God, look how quiet it is. Cause it was so quiet compared to that little singer talent, which was so loud. And it was just, it was, I'm like, why did I wait so long? Cause it's a real joy to sew on it. I really love it. Now I want another one.
I didn't have time to be afraid of my machine because the machine that I was using
Yeah,
was so horrible. Like I couldn't even sew. Like every time I would sit down and sew, and I would almost like end up in tears
yeah,
because sometimes I'd be going pretty good at a clip, and then all of a sudden it just wouldn't sew right, and it
yeah,
would get bunched up on the bottom, or it would get bunched up on the top. It was just problem after problem after problem. It was also a singer, and I think I paid like good money for the machine. Like I paid like $600 or $700, and that was a lot of money for me. And
yeah.
it just would not sew properly, and it was so frustrating, because it would be fun. Like I said, sometimes I'd start it up and it would be okay, and then sometimes I'd start it up and it would not sew. It just would not. And so when my other Janome came, I couldn't get that sucker out the box fast enough.
I'll bet.
And then it was like night and day. It was like night and day.
Yeah,
'Cause I was
yeah,
really starting to think I hated this, but I
yeah.
didn't hate it. I just had a really shitty machine.
You probably felt the same way about it as I felt about my singer talent. It's like it was no fun. I mean, my mom's singer sewing machine. I and if I can, I wish my brother would answer my question on which one it is. I made all my clothes on on her singer sewing machine, and I'll tell you, I don't recall it ever being like that little talent. The biggest gripe I have about that talent is the fact that it would come unthreaded every 5 darn minutes, just about.
Yeah, well, mine did that too. It would come unthreaded. It was a pain. But before that, I had a little cheap brother I got for $100 at Walmart, and it sewed
Mhm.
just fine. I mean,
Yep.
I had no problem with that brother machine, other than it was really small. So when I
Yep.
decided I was going to be sewing more often, I wanted something that was a little bit bigger, a little bit more advanced, and so I got the Singer. But then when I got it, I wasn't able to use it as much as I thought I was. Even though I had a place for it in my house, my
Hmm.
kids were still just too young, and I just didn't have a lot of free time to sew. So then when I finally pulled it out in like 2018, I'd had the machine for probably 3 or 4 years at that point. And that's when I really started to use it. Before, I had only used it every now and again if I needed to fix something or do something real quick, but I wasn't sewing on it on a regular basis. And when I started sewing on a regular basis, that machine was such a disappointment.
Yep. We saw a brother machine inside of Dothrop, and I showed it to William, and William's like, "That is a piece of junk. Don't buy it." It's one of those, I guess, press and play kind of things, you know.
Mhm.
I'm like,
I
that's
do.
my
I do
family.
love
But
my little. I mean, I bought another one. That the little cheap
yeah,
brother.
it was like it's in the same category as the singer talent. That particular brother. It's one of those box kind of things, you know.
Let me see what is it? What kind of machine is this at?
I will book a flight. You might have to save a plate for me. Oh, someone's making food. Hey, Andy. She is preparing or prepping dinner nachos. Yum.
Oh yeah, nachos are great.
How are you feeling today? I know you weren't feeling, I saw your post yesterday. Are you
Yeah, I
feeling
did
better
too.
today? But she didn't do a live last night because she was having a really rough time with her health.
Yeah, I saw her post.
She's like, sure, come on over.
It was the brother CS 6000i.
Oh, so it was probably one of the more um, um, better built models.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know, but it worked well for me. And it was dirt cheap at Walmart when I bought it. And then I needed something to travel with, like when I was going to classes,
Uh-huh.
and bringing my Janome was so heavy.
Yep.
And then even the whatchamacallit, the what is Kimberly sew with? The Juki. That sucker is heavy.
Yeah, these with the metal bodies on them are definitely a lot heavier.
So I needed something that was lightweight that I could take to class. So I ended up finding I had like a coupon, and I got another brother CS6000i because I had sold that little machine. I had sold it, and I rebought it because I thought it would be great for classes. Holy mo! How much is this machine? It can't be.
I probably should press this before pin. Yeah, I need to press this first because this is not laying down right.
They discontinued that machine.
Take the iron to it first.
That is so sad. I could get more money for that machine now than I paid for it.
Andrea says she has, I remember her telling me about this. She has several machines, but only 3 of them work.
I have 4 machines.
And hers are all small, but wait a minute. She wished she had one with a long throat, though. Mine are all small, but they work. Yeah, I'm loving that.
All that matters is that they work.
Yeah.
The little brother that I used for years, that is just a little tiny machine, little thing.
Woo.
I do have a really old Bernina that I thought I had bought it to be a travel machine. That's what I had originally got it for. Didn't realize how heavy it was. That sucker is heavy. It's probably the heaviest machine I own, even though it's the smallest. I don't use it because it works differently than all the other machines. And every time I touch it, I have to relearn how to use it.
Yeah. She says, I used to teach sewing and quilting classes to kids, so mine were the Singer school machines, but I could throttle down for beginners and increase speed for as they progressed. Hey, Jody, how are ya? It's been a while since I've seen you. I hope you're doing well. Sherry says she has more than 20 and less than 30. She was collecting for a while. Majority is vintage. If she had more room, she would collect more. I only have one good machine. And the other, well, I have I do have another Janome, but it's in California. It's a little Janome gem. And that little machine is super fun to sew on, despite how tiny it is.
Yeah, that's how I feel about the little brother. It's small, like it's. I would put it in that class.
Yeah, it's tiny, but boy, it will sew.
It sews and it sews well.
Yep.
The only thing I
And
think
it
I
was
missed
funny.
is like
See
the
my
needle
finger,
threader, I think.
Shonda? So on this Janome, you press a button to cut the thread. And I was
Right.
constantly trying to push a button on the gem
Right. That is exactly it. That's what I missed. Like that's those small things.
because you get used to pushing a button to just cut the thread.
I feel ya.
That's why I think I'm about. I'm going to see while we're in Denmark if we can find a Janome, one of more for temporary of more affordable, until the price, if inflation ever goes down. Because I want an M8, but right now, because of inflation, it has jumped in price.
I feel like anything I don't already own, I probably won't be able to
I
afford.
want an M8 so bad because it has a stitch regulator and everything on it for free motion quilting.
Well, let me tell you. So the module for the M8, the free motion quilting module for the M8 is the same quilting module for my machine. That's why I bought it. The reason
Mhm.
why I paid for this machine was because it was the only other machine Janome had that was compatible with that BSR module from the
Oh, cool.
M8.
So you're able to use the module.
And I do not use it, Katie,
Yeah, I haven't learned how
because
to
I can't get
at
the hang of
all.
it. I cannot get the hang of that that
Oh,
thing.
well, on the M8, isn't that built onto the M8?
Um
Because that's what I thought it was built onto the M8.
it might be now. But if you have an older M8 that didn't have it, I think you can use this.
Yeah, I'm talking about the newer M8.
I cannot get the hang of it. I've tried. I probably it's probably not too late, but I probably just need to call my local Janome dealer and ask them for a class.
Ask for a little help.
Yeah, because I'm struggling. I struggle every time I try to use it. But that was the main reason why I didn't buy the same machine that I already had because I really liked that machine.
Uh-huh.
I think that's basically the same machine you have, right? The one I broke.
Yeah, you had the 6600, didn't you, or the 6500?
Um,
It was one of the two, and
I
I
think it
have,
was the 6800 QCP,
yeah, I have the 6700P.
and they're basically the same machine.
Yeah, they're similar, yeah, in nature.
There's really not much difference, I think, other than like the add-ons. I think the
Yeah,
machine
yeah.
is the same.
And
And
I don't know how long the neck is on your QVC one, or
let's see.
because this one has I think 11.5 inches workspace on it. And the M8 has 17 inches. I
So
think is what
this
I read.
had, let's see, that would be 12 and a half. Like 15.
That's got a long neck on it.
Yeah, I think maybe that might be the difference. I think the QCP is for quilting.
Ew.
That Q is for quilting. And so I think
Okay.
it might have a little bit more of a throat. Well, I don't know. We're measuring from where to where.
It's 11 inches from the inside of the needle, or from the needle to the inside of the whatever you call the other part of it to the right.
That might be about right. Yeah. Yeah. That's what
That's
this is.
considered the workspace.
Yeah, that it's 11.5.
Yeah, and that's what this one is.
So you won't I don't know what the M8 has, but my model has
The
same
M8
amount.
has either 15 or 16, I think.
Okay. I think if I'm gonna do that, I'd rather just save my money for the long arm.
The only reason I don't go the long arm is because I have no one to help me put it together or service it if I ran into
Yeah.
problems. As versus if I bought an M8, I could stick it in a box and send it back to Denmark, you know?
Yeah.
Because right now I don't have anyone, and that's why this machine I have, the 6700 I have right now, has never been serviced because there's no one here in town to service it. I know they service those machines inside Great Greenland, but those are all brother machines. And then they just invested in a Juki, which when I saw that Juki, I'm like, wow, they bought a Juki, an industrial strength Juki
Mm-hmm.
to work with what they're doing. But they have 3 brothers. I don't know how old they are, but they've got to be ancient. But they're huge. The necks on them are so long, and they're all metal, and they have the motors are up underneath the sewing table itself, and it's got that pedal apparatus and all that on a bar. It's really, and the machines are pretty, taken care of. And then, of course, they have all those overlock machines. My goodness, they have several of those because they use that for sealskin sewing. When they're sewing 2 pieces of skin together
Mm-hmm.
for gloves and things like that.
Yeah, I think another reason why I won't get anything bigger is that I don't think anything bigger is gonna fit in my table.
Yep.
I had to have Adrian trim this one a little bit because my old machine, yeah, this is about the same size as the old machine. It's a
Okay.
smidge bigger, but not much. But the old machine wouldn't fit in the table, and I had to have Adrian cut it a little bit for me, so that it would fit.
Sherry, I'm with you. If only there was more space. And then Andrea says, the 2 things I wish I had are a thread cutter and a needle threader. I have to use a magnifying glass to thread my machine. And Sherry says, girlfriend, Andrea, someday you'll have that. And then Andrea says, that would be nice, but if not, I can get by as long as I do not lose my magnifying glass. And Sherry says, that's a great attitude. And then Andrea says, thanks, Sherry. I'm trying really hard to maintain one. Friends like y'all really help me to maintain it. And then Andrea says, industrial machines, Katie. I worked in an overalls factory when I was in college. I was put on the fastest machine in the factory, and everyone had to keep up with me. That's funny.
So, Andrea, do you use a needle threader? Like a manual needle threader?
I have a trick about threading my needle when I can't see it, because sometimes I can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
If my eyes are being weird and I can't see the hole, I put a piece of fabric behind the needle, and because of that, you can see the hole in the needle. And then it makes threading it easier.
I just my old Janome, it used to, like, sometimes the needle threader, that was the main thing. The needle threader on my old Janome would not work properly sometimes.
Uh-huh.
And so I would use where is it? This little thing here. I would use this little needle threader.
Oh, I have one of those.
So
I just couldn't figure out how to do it.
I would use this or something like it
Yeah.
because because I'd be sitting there trying to like lick the thread and stick it through the needle, and I couldn't see, and it wouldn't go, and so I just started using just a needle threader, either one like this, or even better is the one that has the little metal triangle on it.
Uh-huh.
I think it's the one that actually comes with the machine. And I would stick that into the eye of the needle because it was easier for me to see how to put that metal thing in there than it was for
Uh-huh.
me to see how to put the thread in there. And then I would just thread it that way, and I would just use a manual needle threader. That was the only good thing about getting a new machine, was that at least now my needle threader works. Because my
Yep.
old Janome, that sucker just would not go.
Okay, here comes the fun part. Now we're gonna start trimming this away.
And then every time I would cut the thread on my old Janome, it would friggin' pop. The thread would pop out of the needle. It was like,
Uh-oh.
however it was set, I guess it cut it too short, and
That's
it would
not
just,
good.
yeah, and the needle would, the thread would come out of the needle like probably 60% of the time if I used the needle threader. I mean the automatic cutter. So even though I had an automatic cutter on my Janome, toward the end of it, I wasn't using it, and I would just snip my threads manually because I got tired of rethreading the needle.
Oh, that makes sense.
But it just sucks when you have something that's only a couple years old and it should
Yep.
just work, and it doesn't.
It doesn't do what you want it to do.
It doesn't do what it's supposed to do.
Yeah. I get that all right. Trying to be really careful here. What I'm doing is I'm cutting my seam allowance on this off the back. Or I'm cutting the back off to the seam allowance. That's what I'm doing. If that makes sense, how I worded it. Because we've got curves in this. Now here comes the fun parts, cutting in the B without catching the front of this thing in my scissors. So I'm putting my finger in between the scissors and the front. This is the first time I've done a heart reverse applique, by the way. I've never done one. I only ever done circles and half circles. And boy, that's not very neat back here, but it's doable. It's warm in here, honey. If you don't mind, because I am burning up right this minute. I am having a heat flash or something. I could feel the heat coming off my skin. The joys of being menopausal all the time.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what do y'all think? I mean, it's not perfect.
I think it came out okay. I think it looks good.
Yeah.
I think it looks good.
Here's my heart. It's weird how the light makes this look white when it's not white.
I'm not getting white.
It's a little I don't know, bubbly. Do you see that? Poofy. I know one thing. I need to take this other seam out. That might help get rid of some of this rippling. Sherry says, very good, Katie. So this is reverse applique. This is not regular applique. So, and I probably did it in a weird manner, and it was because this is how I learned to do it from when I was doing circles with Sugary Doo. What I'm doing now is I'm taking out that big seam I use or big stitch I used to just hold it in place so that I could get the smaller stitch around the inner edges. So I'm getting rid of the big stitch now. And I have to be really careful so that I don't poke a hole in this fabric. Hopefully it'll lay down all the way when I sew it with the rest of the rest of the block. Or it might end up being poofy. Could do trompunto. What do you call it? Trompunto or whatever you call it.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think once you put the quilt together and everything is all laid out and stretched out and quilted out, you will not.
Yeah. And this all will soften before it's finished anyway, so. This is some of this blue that I'm using is some of what was left over from that big quilt top I made that had the 480 half square triangles in it and 480 4-patch blocks in it. This was some of what was left over. Who'd have thought that there was that many of them? And it's one of those mystery things where you didn't know what you were going to be doing. She just gave you a directions. Make 480 half square triangles using combination of different colors of fabric, whatever you plan on using, And I'm like, oh, okay. And then it was 4-patch, and it took me twice as long to do the 4-patch. I got all the half square triangles done in one day because I already knew what colors I was going to use. But then when we got the last directions and I started putting together, I'm like, nope, I'm not doing mine this way because if I did, I was going to have some colors running into each other and I didn't want it doing that. And it turned out the way I did it, it looks good. But it was, it was close enough to what she was telling us to do. All right, where's that seam? Uh-oh, I can't see that seam actually because it's up underneath this other seam. Oh no. How am I going to pull that out? Oh, here we go. Get some tweezers and see if I can pull it out that way. Maybe. Maybe not. Did your son or your daughter get the car situation resolved?
I don't know.
Couldn't remember which one it was.
I don't know. I didn't ask. She didn't mention it.
The one thing I hated the worst about when I was younger and you're having to learn on your own is when you get stranded on the side of the road because suddenly your car quit and you kind of suspected you knew what was wrong with it,
Or that you at least knew something.
but couldn't do anything while you were sitting on the side of the road due to it,
Yeah. Well, I mean, we did. Okay, so we did fix that. So when she was stuck on the side of the road and I had to go get her, she did fix that. But then there's like other problems with the car, and I'm just like, I don't know, man. Because last weekend she drove my car to work.
You're a good parent. My parents would have never let me drive their car.
Well, if you got insurance and you've never, if you got insurance and you haven't crashed it and I trust you, like my
Huh?
son wanted to drive my car and that was an absolute no because he crashed my car with me in it with him when he got scared from a hornet. So even though he has insurance, I'm not letting him drive it.
Let's see. Andrea says being able to set the needle up or down position would be a nice feature too. Yep, I'd love that. That spoiled me. That definitely has spoiled me.
Yeah, that is a nice feature. I do like that a lot. More so than the thread cutter. I was
Yep.
able to I can toggle back and forth between having a thread cutter and not. Because even though I have one, sometimes I choose not to use it. But needle down was that was a big deal.
Yep, when you stop sewing, the needle just stays parked there until you hit the gas again. This is very tedious taking out this seam. But it's going to make it look better because it made it easier for me to put that permanent seam in without having too much trouble, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're quilting with applique, do you quilt over the top of the applique?
It's personal preference. I usually do because I'm lazy and I don't want to have to do different stuff. So I do. But I know people that don't, or not know people, but I've seen where people don't.
I was wondering about whether you quilt over the top of it or not.
Yeah. The projects that I've done, I definitely quilted right over top of it.
Because I don't know what the rules are about that. Got one thread stuck here, and that's the only one holding up progress here. Can't get it pulled out. Let me try my tweezers.
Right. Jeez.
You getting whooped over there?
Huh?
You getting whooped over there?
Nowadays, young people, it's just a
Oh, you're watching something.
dumb TikTok thing.
I don't even have TikTok anymore. I deleted it off my phone.
A woman trying to teach another employee how to open a big can.
Okay.
Apparently, that worker didn't know how to open a damn can. But my language.
How do you not know how to open a can?
Because they didn't have a can opener or what?
Maybe she's used to having the automatic one.
No, apparently not. You have to hand crank it yourself to open
Yeah.
it. But apparently that worker didn't know how to do it.
That's what I mean. She probably has the automatic one at home that you just don't have to do anything. And so she
Yeah.
didn't know how to hand crank.
Probably never hand cranked in her life.
The employee tried to tell her what to do, how to do it. And it's like a big hole in the head. Empty head.
Nikolai should never watch videos like that. Oh, he gets all feisty about some of the stuff people do, and I'm like, it's
I don't watch. I think because there's so much AI that I don't know what's real and what isn't. So
I know.
I
I'm
just
with
stick
you
to
on that
YouTube.
one.
I stick to YouTube for that reason.
You don't know what's true and what's fake. Okay, now what I got to do is, let me see here. Hey, honey,
Yeah.
come here. You got to read what Andrea wrote. She says, I need to go cook dinner so I will say my goodbyes now. So be blessed, less stress, pet some fabric. Then she says, bye everyone. Catch up with you later. Uh-oh. He just ran out of here.
Hey, Andrea.
Here's some ketchup. You're going to keep them going on that one.
Oh, yeah.
My husband, the comedian. All right. So we need, you've already done the heart one. So let me ask you a question, because the way I'm doing mine different, because I'm not doing the heart the way you did. Those 1.5 inch, or no, those 2.5 inch squares, those were for the heart, right? It's on the background.
The 2.5 inch background squares.
Yeah, there's like 2.5 inch squares, and then there's also 4 1.5 inch squares.
Yeah, those are for the heart.
All of those were for the heart,
Yeah, let me just double check here.
because I don't need to cut them since
Yeah, the 4 1.5 inch and the 2 2.5 inch are both for the background. So
okay, all right. That's what I needed to know. Andrew said, laugh out loud. She was waiting for that. Bottle of ketchup. Never a dull moment with him around. So I think I might have missed y'all's answer about tomorrow. What are y'all working on tomorrow? I'm sorry I missed what you said. 1.5 by 4.5, and we need 4 of those. I'm gonna put these together to make this easier to do. Y'all are very quiet. Sherry says toilet paper roll holder. Oh boy, that sounds like fun. Sherry, how many blocks are we going to do Sunday? Hey, did okay, so now we have 4 of those that I need to cut down to 4.5. So let's put this back. What do you think about maybe using the, since I put a blue heart in there?
Have blue corners.
I was thinking blue corners. What do you think about that?
Mm-hmm.
Or do blue corners with pink edges? I think blue all the way around would be all right. What do you think?
I think that works too.
Okay. She's doing a UFO. Sure. Oh, Sunday is Easter. That's right. We're not doing this weekend, so forgot about that. But me and Sean are going to do a sew on Sunday. We're going to work on our legit kits. So that means I need to go through mine and decide which pieces I'm going to sew on and pull the fabric for it. So that I don't have to waste time doing it during the live. Because 2 hours go by fast when it comes to Sean. Because he can only hang about for 2 hours. I'll show the holder on my Tuesday live. Cool. What time Sunday? 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The crack of dawn.
I'll be asleep.
And as we all know, Katie doesn't like doing crack of dawn stuff. All right.
I'll be asleep.
Yeah, you'll be asleep. Lots of people will be asleep. So where does print number 1 go? Print number 1 is D. Oh, that's part of the heart. So I need to mark off the ones I'm not going to use. So nope, not be using that one. And E is the corners. And F is this one. Okay, now I know what to do. Sean, tell Sean he needs to sleep in. Well, we were going to do it the following weekend, but I realized since we're not doing I don't have any lives on this upcoming Sunday, I can do a switch. Wait, anyway, I figured out something. Well, it's going to take one less live off of me for the following week. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to use the blue for the square corners. And then I'll put pink on those stitching flips. Although I'm really tempted. Hmm. On second thoughts, I think I know what I'm going to do. We're not going to do the stitching flip on that block. When do we have our next member sew? The 7th. Wait a minute. Did Sherry, did we do? Never mind, I'll go look myself. Never mind. Hold on a minute. What night did we do the last one on? Was it a Wednesday or was it a Tuesday? It was a Wednesday. We're gonna do it the 8th because we did it on a Wednesday last time. Then it won't conflict with Tammy stuff. So it'll be April the 8th. Because the last time we did it was on March the 11th. Okay. Yep. So April 8th. And I'll make an announcement about that over on the community tab. Because we're going to sew the next portion of our sew along. Chaunda, do you think you can make it to the Hey, when we stop the live, can you remind me to ask you about Sunday thing?
The one at 8 a.m.
With Diane and Krista and all them. Remind me of that, okay?
What time is
Because we
it?
missed the last one. I looked all over the place for this.
What is that?
It was inside my planner. Siri says, someone else needs to talk. I'm chatty over here. Yeah, it's like everybody's gone to sleep. Where did everybody go? Is there a live I don't know about? Well, yeah, there might be.
Yeah, it might be.
I know, what time is it? I know where everybody went. They're over on in Becca live right now. Oops, I forgot, lost track of time. This is Friday. I think Becca might be live. Sherry says she's typing in the dark. Are you typing in the dark because you're in bed or because you don't have no power? I bet it's because you're in bed already. unlike the rest of us. Wait, isn't it kind of early to be in bed?
I know,
11,
we're
10,
located. It's
8
8:15 my
o'clock?
time.
Oh, Donna's live. Oh, Donna's actually live tonight? Wow, it's been a while since she's been live. She hadn't been live in a long time because of sickness. She's been having help. I think her and Joe both have been having health issues. Speaking of something, I need to be taking care of something too. I haven't even started on it. Actually, I haven't started on either one of them. Two different projects I'm supposed to be part of, and I haven't even started on them. One of them is not going to take me that long, but the other one, I don't know, man. I need to keep it simple so it can get done fast. So I have found one swan that might be worth doing for this project that I'm participating in.
Okay, so you did find a swan?
Well, yeah, I just don't know if I don't know if I like it or not, but have you seen any swan fabric out there?
I haven't been looking.
Because I'm also thinking maybe I just need to find some fabric that has swans on them and fussy cut them and do it like that.
That could work.
I mean, as long as there's swans in the quilt, I mean, swan is a swan note, regardless of how it got there. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Swan is a swan. She says, I'm not sleeping, so it's okay. Okay, good, good. I would like to just have one night where I could sleep 6 or 7 hours straight. But there is no such thing. My body, my brain won't let me. You're right. You're the only one talking. Let me see how many people sitting in here. Everybody might be sleeping or they're bored one.
Well, normally we would have wrapped up by now. I think I have to
maybe I should wrap up. Are you ready to go eat?
I am.
Well, then why
It's
don't
almost 8:30.
Yeah, then we need to wrap it up, I think. I think that would be a good idea. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right. Let's do that then. Oh, a commercial on my live? Why do I have a commercial on my live? When I turn that sucker off. She says, I looked in EQ8. They didn't have any swans. Okay. Speaking of EQ8, I want, when I get my desktop set up, Sherry, maybe I could take some one-on-one classes from you on how to use my EC8, because I actually have a paid copy of it. But I would like to learn how to use it. Do you want to talk about your channel real quick or no?
No.
Not really?
No.
Hey, don't hang up in Zoom, okay?
Okay.
All righty, you guys. We are going to call it a night. Both of us got our blocks done. Well, I got one of mine done. The other one I'm working on. But Chaunda got both of hers done. You want to re-show them real quick?
Sure.
So you can see what we've been doing?
So today I made blocks 5.
Yeah, that's number 5. And then she's got numbers. Wait, yeah, 6. Yeah, and I got number 6, but I'm still working on number 5. So next time you see us, we will be doing blocks 7 and 8. Correct, Chaunda?
Yep.
So that'll be in two weeks from today. And remember, you guys, thank you for coming tonight and sitting with us and watching us sew and me experiment with that. We'll see how it looks when I sew it all the way together. Maybe it'll be all right. I hope so. Anyway, have a great night. Remember to live, laugh, love, and dream. What do you do with that? You make something beautiful. Don't forget that my live will be tomorrow at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, and I'll see all of you on Flip Flop. And also, Thomas and Nikolai will be building Legos. And I think I have a guest tomorrow. She's going to come. We all know who she is because she's right here. She's going to come join me tomorrow on the live, and we're going to sew. She and I will sew, and the guys will build Legos. So see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night, and bye.
Good night.
All right, let me shut the live down real quick. All right, it'll be done in just a minute. I'm waiting on it to disappear off the screen. Then I was going to ask you about